hustle on the mission, grinding for that spot, a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners, I don't think they pay attention. I'm sticking to my vision, on the road to the riches. Every single day, I'm a hustle on the mission. Trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365, until I reach the heavens.
I'm on a mission. All right, we good now. Welcome back to the Lit House. Whatever you do, keep the light within you shining bright. You feel me? Fuck that shade, get paid, and that's every single motherfucking day. Home Meat TV, hustles on a mission every motherfucking day. This is a real nigga reaction. Whatever you do, keep the light within you shining bright. You feel me? Real niggas do what they want to do. Bitch niggas do what they can. Hoe ass niggas gonna talk about it, and fuck niggas gonna hate. Regardless, I promise you that. So do your shit to the motherfucking fullest, nigga. I don't care what they think, and you shouldn't either, nigga. All right, and without any further ado, here we go. Matter of fact, I'm finna try something different. I'll put that in. That all right, so let's do something else. What's up, y'all? What the lit read? Hell yeah. Trying some shit right quick. Alright, let's get to it. Welcome back to the Lit House yet again. I am Capital, whatever you do. Do it, Capital. And create a positive impact today and later. You feel me? Fuck them haters. Get your paper straight like that. Alright, let's get to it. Let's get to it.
Y'all have been leaving comments that are becoming too frequent to ignore, where y'all are accusing me of being compromised, of being biased, and being terrified and scared to speak on this academics TV situation. I'm so confused because when have y'all ever known me for being scary? When have y'all ever known me of being compromised or biased or ducking a conversation? Bro, I'm Mr. Algorithm, bro. I'm playing out whatever is hitting that algorithm. I honestly thought, right hand to God, I honestly thought y'all wouldn't care about this story. We covered it like 3 or 4 or 5 different times. I thought y'all considered this like old news by now. I thought I'll be beating a dead horse if I covered this new iteration, but I received enough comments about it to where you guys want me to talk about it, so I'm here to talk about it. But it's never gonna be compromised, bro. I'm the guy that y'all called a F ninja, a bad person, terrible human being, all type of stuff, because I said in one of my videos, I tell all my homies, hey, bro, if I gotta choose between my chat and you, I'm choosing my chat. If I got to choose between my audience and you, I'm choosing my audience, right? If me talking about you on my YouTube channel is going to break up our relationship, then we not friends because I'm going to speak about you. Y'all call me a terrible human being. Y'all said, Flacco, what's wrong with you? Why would you put your audience before your friend? So now y'all are telling me, hey, Flacco, you compromise, you bias, you scary, you're an F-boy for not speaking on one of your homies.
Welcome to Iron Beam, the future of futures trading. With our cutting-edge chart trading feature and 300+ indicators, you can now trade directly off the chart anytime, anywhere, delivering seamless trading.
It's damn if you do, damn if you don't. I'm a terrible human being if I put my audience before my friends. And I'm also a terrible human being if I don't speak about every single detail of one of my homies' situation. This miscellaneous Twitter page that had about 10 followers a week ago has somehow become the plug for all things Grand Wizard in terms of this investigation. This miscellaneous Twitter page that had no identity, no followers about a week ago is now getting the images from the private investigators before anybody is getting it. They're getting information about what's going on with the private investigators outside of Grant's house. They know when the private investigators are outside of Grant's house. They know every update that takes place outside of Grant's house. Now, one can only imagine that the person running this account obviously has ties to the private investigators and the people who are in charge of this Grand Wizard Chat investigation. Now, this is not a criminal investigation, right? These are private investigators who I guess are working on a lawsuit because Grant had pissed off, Rock Nation or TDE. Well, TDE were the first people to begin their investigation. They were the first ones to hire private investigators, and I guess Rock Nation and other people followed suit. But this Twitter page, again, this is this random page with no identity whatsoever, has strangely become the plug to all things Grand Wizard when it comes to this investigation because they're the ones getting the images first and they're the ones posting it. So they posted this, and this has been their biggest post to date. And their post stated, George Nguyen, aka Grand Wizard Chat Ninja. Now, them doing this, right? Like them not tweeting out the word shows me, okay, they're not black, they're white. So the man behind Academics TV is photographed in Australia.
Not necessarily. That's not what that means. Because when I talk a message, when I talk a message to send it on text, like I talk the message for it to type it out, that's how it types it. So he could have been. Well, actually, no, because they only got the stars. Or maybe they just ain't want to do it because certain, you know what I'm saying? Certain. Man, what the fuck, white people? What the fuck do people give a fuck about typing the word? People don't give a fuck about saying the word or typing it, man. They did that shit to be politically correct for social media, because social media be doing shit sometimes. Say hate speech or whatever.
Being served one of multiple lawsuits he's facing, along with possible criminal charges tied to multinational crackdown on crypto-fueled gambling and money laundering. Whenever you hear possible criminal charges, like I roll my eyes. And the reason why I roll my eyes severely, you can be privy to, let's say, a civil lawsuit, right? If Jay-Z and Rock Nation, if TDE, right, and Day Free, if they're sending out private investigators to stalk and follow Grand Wizard because they got a lawsuit they're about to serve them, that's one thing. Y'all aren't privy to criminal investigations, right? So this possible criminal charge, that's them just tying it in, right? That's them trying to juice it up. Because whatever you guys are suing him civilly for are not criminal charges. Y'all don't have the jurisdiction nor the power as Americans to file charges against Grand Wizard. What did he do? Now, what they're saying is, oh, well, his crypto activity from stake and these sweepstakes casinos, well, it's illegal. Y'all have no idea, right? So essentially, anybody who stake, right? Because again, like Grand Wizard is, I guess he has a deal with stake or he's working with stake. I'm not sure, but that's what they are alleging, right? Like, I'm not sure, but I do know like Grand Wizard, does like clipping. He has like a clipping company and he works with Kick, I believe, right? So if Kick is paying people through crypto, if stake is paying people through crypto, then anybody they've ever paid in crypto, are they doing something inherently illegal? Obviously not, right? Like clearly not. Right, so these people have no idea, no clue about no criminal charges coming. They're stalking him with private investigators and they're filing civil suits. So them added into possible criminal charges is that's them trying to juice it up, right? That's fear mongering, right? They're hiring professional stalkers to take pictures of this dude to get him served, and then they're posting it and hinting towards possible criminal charges. Cut it out, okay? So the images that we've seen here is of Grand Wizard like walking his dogs. Grant refused to accept the paper, so they threw it on the ground, which is a lawsuit. And the dog is trying to get to the paper. Grant is pulling the dog away. But I guess from like their perspective or how the internet is viewing it,
You can't serve no nigga when he got his hands full. He obviously walking 2 dogs. Bitch would have been mad as fuck. Them dogs would have bit his ass. Them dogs would have ran up on him.
Just him trying to pull the dog away from the paperwork gave like this aura or this feeling of him being spooked, so they're running with it. Grant is like standing back, he's looking at them. I have not seen the lawsuit. I don't know why Grant is being sued. I don't know what they served him with. What I can tell you, all we've heard so far is Grant receives crypto from Steak and Kick for running these clipping company, and the clips, they run narratives through the clip. Well, that's not your business if he's receiving crypto. That's up to Australia to figure out if he's in compliance. But Steak and Kick pays a lot of influencers in crypto. They pay a lot of big names like Drake in crypto. So accepting crypto from Steak and Kick is now illegal. You're not going to jail. Even if it is illegal, it's not Rock Nation and TDE's business. It's Australia. So you guys can't sue him for accepting crypto. That makes zero sense whatsoever. So even them adding in possible criminal charges makes no sense because it's not your business nor jurisdiction, right? If he gets paid in crypto or not. Now, they could be suing him for defamation, but Academics TV is owned by DJ Academics. Grant is, I guess, the person who runs the page, like the manager of the page, but Grant has interns who post to the page directly. He don't post to the page himself. So if you're suing Grant, but not Academics, but Academics owns the page, Grant is the manager. And if you're saying, oh, okay, we can't sue Academics because Academics ain't making the post himself, so he's not defaming us per se. Granted, but Grant not making the post either. Grant has an intern, right? See, it doesn't make sense to me whatsoever. Like, this entire thing doesn't make sense. Now, it'll probably make more sense once I read the actual lawsuit. I have not seen it yet. It's not privy to us at all, right? Because it hasn't been filed yet publicly. But Wayno did say that he was able to see the lawsuit, or he got a peek of it.
I need subs, likes, and hypes. All right, bet. So listen, a couple of days ago, I did an episode talking about Charlamagne and DJ Academics, two people that I have good relationships with. I felt like even at the odds that it could be figured out because it wasn't that deep. But Charlamagne has been saying publicly that there is some sort of larger thing brewing with all of this cryptocurrency shit, all of this, chat nigga, what you can say online, what you can't. I've actually seen the file. You know what I mean? I've seen the PDF. And yeah, it has a whole lot of information concerning what's going on online.
Let's dissect this. Wayno says he's seen the PDF, and the PDF involving the lawsuit, right, they plan on filing against Grand Wizard, it involves online activity, which would mean it involved his Twitter posts, his X posts, his IG posts. And they're saying, yo, these posts, they believe Grand or Academics TV was being paid to disseminate this information. Well, that's what clipping is, right? Well, that's what clipping is. Yeah, people pay clip pages to post things that they have posted. Now, if they're talking about not clipping, but they're talking about, hey, Academics TV wrote this lie about me, and they got paid to write this lie about me, then that's one thing, that's defamation, and Grant would have to deal with that. But we have yet to see that. Now, I've read a lot of Academics TV posts. I have not seen where straight up defamation will fall in line. That I think like they're very careful with kind of like adding in allegedly. They're very careful. Like they carefully construct these posts to where I don't think you'll be able to get Grant on defamation based on how careful he is with writing these posts. Like even when he was going off on like Charlamagne the God, right? Like he wrote something like accused rapist. He didn't say, yo, Charlamagne the God, you are. No, he says Charlamagne the God accused rape, right? So like he's very careful and very calculated with how he writes these posts. But I'll really have to see something just outright like horrendous for me to treat this anything other than this is just powerful people with a lot of money going after somebody because they don't like how they're reported on. They don't like that these people are able to post about them and ruin their public reputation and their name, right? Jay-Z and Rock Nation don't like the fact that Grant don't like them. They don't appreciate the fact that Grant thinks they're snakes, that Grant thinks they're disingenuous. They don't like the fact that Grant is going off on them, right? That Grant is changing the perception of Rock Nation as a whole, right? Even Charlamagne the God, and he stated, yo, when Jay-Z did the freestyle, you seen this concerted like group of people, they were all posting the same headline, going off on Jay-Z and changing the narrative around Jay-Z. If Charlamagne the God is saying that, that means that's conversations being had, that Jay-Z and Rock Nation believes that Grant and the people that Grant is in bed with, they're the ones responsible for Rock Nation being viewed as demons. I'm here to tell them, no, bro. No, people have this general perception of Jay-Z and Rock Nation because they do a lot of foul things and hide their hands, right? Like, for example, this thing with Target. This thing with Target is absolutely foul. It's disgusting, it's nasty.
Okay, great. Wait, were you even listening? You haven't taken a single note this entire meeting?
I'm actually listening better than I ever have. Let me share my screen. Do you see this? Everything we're saying is being transcribed in real time. Look, word for word. That's exactly what you just said.
Wait, So you're not taking notes because
Otter is, and I can even use the chat function as well. So, for example, what did we decide on the budget? Just like that. See, instant answer.
that's actually incredible.
Right? And the best part is, after this meeting, I'll get a full custom summary based on the meeting type, action items, and it's all generated automatically and organized for me. I'm actually more present in meetings now because I'm not frantically typing.
Okay, I need this. How do I get it?
It's free. Just go to otter.ai. Trust me, you'll never do manual note taking again.
Never take manual notes again.
You're about to lose $50,000 for your car accident because you don't know this one trick. Check this out. I'm an attorney. I've been doing this for years. And I'm standing here because most people walk away from accidents leaving tens of thousands of dollars on the table and nobody tells them. Look at this. This is a real settlement. One of our clients, car accident, almost a year after when he came to us. Most people assume they missed their shot. They think that it was too long ago. My injuries weren't that bad. I don't know if it's worth it. That's exactly what the insurance company wants you to think. Here's what they don't tell you. If you were injured in a car accident in the last year, Phil, even if you were a passenger, even if the accident seemed minor doom, you may still be owed serious money. Now, I know what you're thinking. You've thought about hiring an attorney before.
Shut up, bitch. I got one on.
But they would do something foul and never address it, right? When they know they're absolutely wrong and cooked, they'll never address it, right?
Yeah.
Like, for example, Jay-Z did the Targets thing. Jay-Z got accused by Van Lathan of calling up TMZ and asking TMZ to run a negative story on a Colin Kaepernick to kill Colin Kaepernick influence. So Jay-Z and the NFL partnership can flow seemingly. He don't address those accusations, but he drops a 7 to 14-minute documentary of him talking about, no, my hearing locks was real. No, my hearing not fake. So you pick and choose which accusation you want to address. You don't address all the foul things like Target, like Jermaine Dupri, like backbiting Colin Kaepernick, like from stealing from art. You do not address stealing from artists, among other things, but you would address, hey, he's wearing a lace front wig, right? So no, it's things like that that contribute to why people don't like Rock Nation, not Grand. Now, again, I haven't spoken to Grand about this specifically, but I don't think Grand is too worried, right? Because academics would write, just a reminder, we know how y'all OGs, the jig is up. No lawsuits going to scare fans or stop people from reporting the truth or keeping it 100 about y'all. It's starting to make sense, LOL. Only one group of people doing this nonsense. Same play they try to do on Academics TV. They try to scare off independent journalists and fans who ain't down with their clown show. Now, what Academics is talking about when he says that, Desiree Perez, like, dropped this document in court where she's responding back to her daughter, like, Damori, who's suing Desiree for doing a lot of scandals and nasty things to her. We covered their lawsuit on this channel in length. But in the motion, like, they included like 30 to 40 like Nicki Minaj fan pages who they claim are disseminating negative information about Desiree Perez and Rock Nation on behalf of Damori, and they want the court to punish Damori because they're claiming Damori is who's feeding the information to the like Nicki Minaj fan pages. So they included like 30 to 40 fan accounts, like literal fan accounts in this lawsuit. These people are unhinged. They have lost their mind. They are not the good guys. And I don't see how y'all don't see.
Notice I'm not successful. I haven't even scratched the surface yet of success when it comes to this shit. But I am getting back into it, so I shouldn't be, you know. But do I really want those type of problems? Yes. Yes, I do. They say more money, more problems. Bitch, bring on the motherfucking problems.
See this, bro. Right? Like terrorizing, harassing 30 to 40 fan pages because they tweeted something about you that you don't like and you are a public figure. But people see this and they ignore it because like they hate Grand or they hate academics or they hate Drake. How can y'all support, like how do you guys support Rock Nation like harassing fans, like random Twitter pages? It doesn't make sense whatsoever, right? So that's what academics is talking about when he says, yo, they included fan pages, like they harassing fans, like they trying to scare fans into not speaking up. Like this is crazy. So academics goes, they trying to sue the Barbs, Tory Lanez, and Drake fans, LOL, and then they worried why Jay-Z approval rating at an all-time low. Jay-Z and his homies got lawsuits mentioning fan pages. Nasty work. That's a fact. It's nasty work. Now, the reason why, like, I'm not somebody who's looking at this like, oh my God, Grand, you being fam. I personally have been sued like, what, a dozen times, right? A dozen times for my YouTube videos. And it's not what you think. I got sued like a dozen times before I hit like 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. These people claim, again, the same thing they are accusing Grant of doing. The exact same thing. They claiming Grant is this hitman on behalf of Drake. They told me I was a gang member. Like I was a gang leader who was leading a gang on behalf of Umar Johnson. Bro, like what? Yo, they claim that I was this gang leader who was running this gang that was ran by Umar Johnson, and we were like the Umar Johnson's henchmen, and we were attacking and harassing people and doing all type of nonsense, bro. Because I made YouTube videos. I got sued over a dozen. Yo, these lawsuits went nowhere at all. It got to a point where other YouTubers, right, who didn't like me, were beginning
to that again.
Gang member. Like I was a gang leader who was leading a gang on behalf of Umar Johnson. The gang member Grant of doing the exact same thing. They claiming Grant is this hitman on behalf of Drake. They told me I was a gang member. Like I was a gang leader who was leading a gang on behalf of Umar Johnson.
Oh my God.
Were you recently injured in a car accident? If so, you need to stop now and immediately call an experienced auto accident attorney.
So they could take half of your money.
Bro, like what? Yo, they claim that I was this gang leader who was running this gang that was ran by Umar Johnson, and we were like the Umar Johnson's henchmen, and we were attacking and harassing people and doing all type of nonsense, bro. Because I made YouTube videos. I got sued over a dozen. Yo, these lawsuits went nowhere at all. It got to a point where other YouTubers, right, who didn't like me, were beginning to file lawsuits once they discovered they could file a lawsuit on Pacer, do content about it for about a week, don't pay the filing fee, and the lawsuit just gets thrown out, dismissed, or just never like accepted. But they still get to file it on Pacer and do content on it. So once they realized that was a hustle and that was a play, they filed like 10 or 12 lawsuits. Man, all right, bro. I said, all right, cool, bro. Y'all got it. So as somebody who has gone through this, who have been sued by quote unquote YouTubers, I would actually have to see the lawsuit. I would actually have to see who's behind the lawsuit, and I would actually have to see some progress in this lawsuit for me to take it seriously because I've been through it, right? And you'll have like idiotic YouTubers who will go back and see old lawsuits that got dismissed and cooked. They'll bring it online and say, Poetic Flocka was sued in 2020 and 2021. Yeah, why they don't ever tell y'all what happened to the lawsuit? Right? And again, my name is Frederick Jala. They got so creative. Yo, they were suing me from fake names, not paying the filing fee, right? Making the craziest accusations they could make under a fake name, but they don't file the filing fee. So they will sue with the craziest accusations in the world, cover it for about a week, don't pay the filing fee, so it never like truly gets filed. Then all the accusations is out there. Then I have to respond back to the accusations, but it's under a fake name. So like, I don't know who exactly was suing me. Yo, it was a whole lot of nonsense. So I've dealt with nonsense like this. I wouldn't put it past these people to be filing fictitious lawsuits just to have a private investigator harass Grant. I'm telling you right now, bro, I would actually have to see the actual lawsuit before I truly give this any type of like attention, okay? But no, I'm not scared to cover this. I just didn't think y'all cared about it. Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, man? If you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, then click on this video right here somewhere on my screen. Dr. Umar Johnson pissed off a lot of white people today who believe Carmelo Anthony is guilty. Umar Johnson was on the It's Up There podcast with Loon, and they were speaking on the Carmelo Anthony situation. I've never seen Umar Johnson this passionate and animated. Umar Johnson went off. Now, some of the things he said I did not agree with, but a lot of what he said I think was absolutely spot on, and a lot of people hate him for it today.
Because you should be optimistic. Yeah.
You got to realize we the chosen ones.
Yeah.
God sent us here to be the custodians of justice.
I don't believe that at all. I don't believe in supremacy. I don't think there's a chosen race. I don't think white people are the chosen race, nor do I think black people are the chosen race. And I damn sure don't think those other people are the chosen race. Because once you start believing you're superior to another human being based on your skin tone, that's where things start going downhill. Right? I think we're all equal under God's eyes, and we're all humans, and we should all move as if we're equal. There's no supreme race. There's no, like superiority among races, right? We're all the same.
Why do you think there's been research, Loon, where they ask white people if you can pick your jury, who would you like to have on there? Almost every white person said they wanted black people on their jury. These are the people you mistreated your whole life, and you still want them on your jury because guess what, Loon? After they get finished calling us crack addicts, after they get finished calling us drug dealers, after they get finished calling us baby moms, after they get finished calling us eternal victims, you know what they also got to call us? The fairest people God ever put on this planet.
And I want to talk.
And that's exactly why the prosecution didn't allow any black jurors, Loon, because a black juror with our balanced sense of justice would have saw that there's no way a child could go under a tent and know ahead of time that two white boys are going to come over there to jump him. Him having a knife, it's a complete contradiction for Caucasian nation to say, why did he have a knife? You walk around with guns every day. When you put your gun on your hip this morning, did you do it with the intent to kill anybody? Loon! These white people fight for the right to carry a gun out the house every day. Did you leave your house with the intent to take a life with that gun? No, you didn't. So why are you going to say this little black boy left his house with the intent to shake somebody with a 3-inch blade?
The same people who question why Carmelo Anthony had a knife, why would he leave the house with a knife? Oh, he was up to no good. They automatically assume bad intentions because Carmelo Anthony had a knife on him. Now, if you look at the knife, it was like a pocket knife with it was like a utility knife. It was like a knife with like 3 or 4 different molds to do different things. This wasn't like a knife that was solely used for a weapon. This was like a utility knife with a purpose. Like you could very easily see why a kid or why anybody would have this utility knife, right? For daily tasks across your day. This was not a knife that you could say the only sole purpose of this knife was to murder somebody. But the same people who leave their house every day with firearms, they support the NRA, they support Stand Your Ground. Oh, they damn sure supported Stand Your Ground when Trayvon Martin got murdered. When Trayvon Martin got murdered after being stalked and harassed by George Zimmerman, oh, they believe this. Oh, Stand Your Ground was white folks' favorite law after George Zimmerman got off. I'm not lying. That's just a fact. Stand Your Ground was popular among certain white folks when Zimmerman got off. Now, listen, I'm not saying that Carmelo Anthony deserved no jail time. I'm saying, do you really think that's murder? Now, where Umar Johnson kind of got it wrong at, he says that he leave his house thinking he was going to murder somebody that day. Well, that's not premeditation in Texas. In Texas, premeditation is in the moment. So if they believe that you made up your mind a second before you did it, then it still counts as premeditation. In this case, they're saying that because Carmelo Anthony told him, hey, touch me and see what happens, that was premeditation, and that right there was murder. But why I say no is because Carmelo Anthony was still sitting down. Yeah, he was still sitting down. Now, if Carmelo Anthony would have got up,
see what happened,
took a bladed stance, and said, touch me and watch what I... But he was still sitting down. If he had intentions on truly murdering Austin Metcalf, he would have stood up, he would have positioned himself and took a stance to murder him. But he was sitting down, right? I think him swiping up or swiping that gun, the knife around, I think it was like a freak accident, to be honest. I don't think Carmelo Anthony meant to murder Austin Metcalf. I think he was trying to get him off him. Now, Umar Johnson would also get into certain scenarios around a situation that even I thought was weird. Things like why Austin Metcalf's brother didn't take the stand.
Loon, do you really think a 5'8", 135-pound kid armed only with a 3.5-inch knife? Listen to this. Do you really think a 5'8", 135-pound child whose only weapon is a 3.5-inch knife, Loon? Do you really think he wants to take a chance and fight 2 football players who don't have any weapons? Hell no. That knife is no match for 2 football players.
Right.
You follow me?
Right.
Imagine Carmelo stands up. And by the way, Carmelo never left his seat. How can he be the perpetrator?
But what,
he never left his seat.
What do you say to them?
But wait, this is what I want. Let me finish.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44. This is a first look at the current industry-leading AI app builder. And you wouldn't believe the kind of apps that people are creating. Smart nutrition apps, inventory trackers, onboarding tools, you name it. And if the only thing stopping me from making the app is the idea, why not build an app that gives me endless app ideas? So let's make it. Pro tip, I draft the full app spec in ChatGPT, and then I drop the prompt directly into Base 44. It gives me super detailed structure. And here it is. Everything I laid out in detail as it goes. This is pretty awesome, but I want to make it playful. So I'm going to add a swipe left and swipe right interface. The same usability we all know. Now I'm going to add one more feature. So every idea that I favorite will turn into a kickoff prompt to start building the app itself. And that's it. Just come up with your idea, any idea, and Base 44 will do the rest. So go to Base 44 and create apps with your name on it.
EVE Online is a vast universe, alive with the unrelenting activity and combined history of its players. Pursuing lives of adventure, warfare, and prosperity, they share this existence in the biggest single shard, free-to-play MMO of all time. Set 21,000 years in the future, Eve takes place in a distant cluster of over 7,000 star systems known as New Eden. It is a rich and diverse universe.
The prosecution know how fair black people are. So he couldn't have any on the jury. And why couldn't he have any on the jury, Loon? Because in the state of Texas, if you're on trial for murder, the verdict of the jury must be unanimous.
Exactly.
If one black person would have made it onto that jury, Carmelo doesn't go to jail for 35 years. The prosecution knew that, which automatically tells you what? The prosecution knew that the case was flawed from the beginning. Why you think they won't show you the video, Loon? They keep showing you grainy videos when you have witnesses out there who said a lot of people videotaped the situation. Most of the kids under the tent taped the case. Loon, they taped it.
That's probably the most underreported fact of the case. Because the dude, Eddie, who was Carmelo Anthony's friend who took the stand, other eyewitnesses said, yo, they seen his phone out. Like, they seen him recorded. Man, he took the stand and said, oh, he was just faking like he was recorded. Right? He was not actually recording. He was just faking like he was recording for some clout. What? Who pulls out their phone? Who pulls out a working phone?
Record.
Where, yo, I could tap one button and get to my camera. Who taps on a working phone and acts like they are recording but don't actually record? I'm confused. What?
They threatened.
Especially, yo, they said the altercation lasted from like 5 to 15 minutes, according to them. So you mean to tell me, like Carmelo Anthony and Austin Mack,
his life was threatened. They threatened his life. I wonder, did he put it out? Because he probably put it out, and they probably threatened him to take that bitch down too. But if he put it out, somebody snatched it. Somebody probably got it, but probably not, because he was a jit. Like, ain't nobody following him. But if he went in there and made that shit up, if he went in there and said he was pretending like he was recording, not even that he thought he was recording, but he wasn't recording. He said he was pretending. Oh, he capped. Somebody threatened that boy's life. He could have said anything other than that.
Kev is going back and forth and arguing for 5 to 15 minutes. Kids are around, phones are out, and nobody recorded. Clearly they're recording. But again, unfortunately for Carmelo Anthony, you did this in front of all of his friends. All the eyewitnesses are his friends.
And his school.
You got no win in that. You should have played for the plea deal, man. Give me 15, bro. I'm gonna take it, bro. Man, his friends who are all part of the same social circle.
Take that shit.
Understand
to
this.
Man,
the
like
pressure was mounting. The pressure was so great that Eddie, Carmelo Anthony's homie, had to take the stand and say, "We not that close. We not really friends like that." Because their social circle, you being friends with Carmelo Anthony, you coming to take the stand and saying anything positive about Carmelo Anthony, you are now a pariah in that social circle. You probably can't go back to your high school, right? Because everybody now is going to hate you. You're now the black sheep. So they essentially have to take the stand and go all pro Austin Metcalf. Not like they didn't want to. Again, they were his friends. So people were recording, but nobody wanted to get the footage. You know why? Because the footage would have probably made the situation look favorable to Carmelo Anthony. They would have probably seen Carmelo Anthony sitting down, Austin Metcalf 6'2", his brother 6'2", towering over him. The other friends probably threatening to step in as well. And they would have seen poor little Carmelo Anthony in the middle of all of this, trying to figure out his next move. Man, they couldn't dare risk that footage getting out, man. And I also agree with the black jurors. Bro, think about it for a second, man. 3 black educators were disqualified for being educators. Wouldn't a black educator be the most qualified to make a determination and a decision on the situation among 2 students?
Right.
But the 3 black educators got disqualified.
Right, exactly.
They couldn't do it. If you have 1 black educator on that panel, they're not voting guilty, bro.
Why did we never see the clear video? Because if you would have saw a clear video, you would have saw that Carmelo was not just in an altercation, okay, with Austin, right? It was Austin and Hunter. And not only was it Austin and Hunter, there were 2 other boys. 4 boys tried to jump Carmelo Loon. 4 of them. This is why they never showed you the video. Why you think, and I don't want to mix up the twins, understandably, one is deceased. I believe Hunter is still alive.
Yes, Austin.
Let me ask you a question, Loon. Do you have a twin?
No.
Imagine you have a twin, right? Another Loon. We're going to call him Boone, right? Loon and Boone. Boone was murdered. His killer is on trial for his life. You were there when that man took your twin brother's life. Can I ask you a question, Loon? How under heaven do you not take the stand in your brother's murder?
Right. I didn't understand.
I mean, you understand it?
Yeah.
Because if he would have took the stand, the defense could have cross-examined Hunter. Hunter, is it not true that you started this? Hunter, is it not true that you and your brother jumped Carmelo? Hunter, is it not true that it was 4 of you and not just your brother?
I said that from the very beginning. A twin brother didn't take the stand. I don't know a twin brother in the history of twins who's not taking a stand at his brother's murder trial. I don't know a twin brother who's not taking that stand, bro. Especially if you did nothing wrong. Especially if you witnessed everything.
I know too.
Especially if you're the one who was walking with your brother up to the tent. So you understand his mindset and his mindset. It was being discussed before you got to. You had a lot to offer and you didn't take the stand. Why? Because I think Hunter was more involved than they're letting on. I think Hunter was involved in this. I think Hunter, right, was probably one of the agitators. I think that's why the video would never come out. Right? They put out like the grainy video. That listen, bro. That video doesn't show a goddamn thing. That video shows shadows pushing.
Excuse me, sir. How old were you when you made your first million?
What is this for?
We're trying to get advice for the younger generation.
I made my first million last year, actually.
What line of work are you in?
Yo, lots of people say, yo, bro, folks told me, yo, Flacco, are you going to react to the video? What video are y'all want me to what, like the grainy video? Like, I might react to the body cam footage, which I'm probably going to at some point, probably tomorrow or so, but like, bro, what about that video like tells y'all something impactful? Like, what? It makes no sense whatsoever to me, man. Like, at all, bro, at all. But Umar Johnson would also go in on the father. And he would also point out how Jeff Metcalf, which is the father, yo, he was really strategic from day one. He really, really, really was strategic. And he was trying to line up Carmelo Anthony's family from day one. And Umar Johnson really point out how he moved like a fox and he moved like a tactician and a general. And how this man been plotting on the Carmelo Anthony family since day one.
Drew Anthony, you're a coward, and you raised one. Kayla, you drunk. What'd you do to that boy to make him stab somebody? My God, what kind of mother are you? Hey, Kevin Hayes, you liar. Day after it happened, how many lies did you sit and type up on your keyboard, you big keyboard warrior? You a big tough man. You still live in Baton Rouge? Remember you said you'd come to Frisco, buddy? You're supposed to find me. I told you we could sit down and talk. That's all you do. Talk, Mr. Squeaky Clean. You're the only one in your family without a damn record. I guess that's something to brag about in your culture. You people hang your hat on the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Let me make one up. Y'all can let me make something racist up so y'all can go viral. I got a new name for Mello, okay? Because he was such this little boy y'all was trying to portray. How about Watermelon Felon? How's that one strike you?
But let me show you the Machiavellian military mindset of Caucasians. Let me show you the Machiavellian military mindset of Caucasian. What was Daddy Metcalf doing before the trial, Lone?
He was being very aggressive.
No, before the trial started, he was going to the press conferences, extending an olive branch.
Well, no, one of them he went and he was standing in they kicked him out. They
did, but he said he came there to be supported.
So he tried to act like he was.
He tried to act like a friend to the Anthonys to get inside. What's the movie coming out right now, Lone? Odyssey. Everybody to go watch Odyssey. What was the basis of Odyssey? It was the Trojan horse. We're going to pose as a friend, send them a gift. And once the Trojan horse is behind enemy territory, let loose and destroy their ass. That's exactly what Daddy Metcalf was going to do. How do you go from going to the press conferences, trying to extend an olive branch, trying to establish some sort of conciliatory agenda, trying to achieve solidarity with the boy who accidentally took your son's life? How do you go from being a friend to the Carmelos to calling them watermelon felons in black BITCHs? He was never a friend. You cannot trust your enemy, Loon.
The father was laying it on thick. You couldn't trust him.
That's a deep message right there. You can't trust your enemy, right? Like, think about that. Even in your relationships, like sometimes you can't even trust your significant other. They be pretending, bro. Some motherfuckers pretending the beginning to the end of that shit. You feel me? Everybody out here pretending, bro. And that's the real gamble. That's the real fucking gamble. Because you never know what a motherfucker thinking. You never can truly know a person's thoughts, right? And if you knew the truth of how some of these people think about you and what they think about you, You wouldn't say shit to them at all. That's why I move how I move.
From day one, the father was talking about, can we pray together? Can we hold hands and pray together at this press conference? I think what the father was trying to do, which ultimately it worked, it kind of swayed Carmelo Anthony and his family from really speaking and being vocal during the trial or before the trial, and really pointing out the race factors of this, right? And they sat back. They didn't really point out the race factors. They didn't really make a big hoopla about it being no black jury, right? They really sat back and kind of got tricked, right? Like they got tricked into silence. And what happened was, you know, he went to trial, he got found guilty, and now they're doing the opposite of what they did before the trial and during the trial, but it's too little too late. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, man? Do y'all believe, all right, you know, that Carmelo Anthony is innocent? Is he guilty? Let me know, man. All right, do y'all believe that Austin Metcalf's brother Hunter has something to hide? Is that why he didn't take the stand? Let me know, okay? If you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video right here to find out, where I explain how T Grizzly just got himself in a really bad situation. I'm gonna see you guys in this T Grizzly video. Out of here, folks.
No one was ready for what just happened. C-Dance 2.0 just dropped.
T Grizzly just got himself in the middle of something really terrible and really bad, and it stems around the Baby Shooter situation from a couple of months ago. T Grizzly and a gang member from LA called Baby Shooter have been beefing online for a couple of months now. It's been a public feud. Baby Shooter robbed T Grizzly's house, went to jail, and then claimed that T Grizzly snitched on him and produced paperwork. T Grizzly and Dogface and others proved that the paperwork that Baby Shooter provided may not have been 100% real and truthful. So that led to T Grizzly going on academics and other platforms claiming Baby Shooter is making up fake paperwork about him, and that led to a back and forth. Now, if you guys forgot this back and forth, it's very crucial to this story. So let me just remind you guys of the ongoing beef between T Grizzly and Baby Shooter before we discuss what happened today. Years ago, T Grizzly's house was burglarized, right? They took $1 million in jewelry and they took some cash as well. Damn. So the news will write, rapper T Grizzly not only mourning his friend KB Rock, he also got drama at home after burglars made off with $1 million in bills and bling. So it goes, law enforcement official tells TMZ, burglars smashed a window at T's house about 2 weeks ago in his Porter Ranch neighborhood outside Los Angeles. We're told the jewelry alone they found was worth more than $1 million, and they also walked away with a ton of cash. According to the police report, no one was home at the time of the break-in, and there's an open investigation. But I do know for a fact, 100% fact, when this happened, T Grizzly wasn't playing around. Like, T Grizzly was not playing around. He was taken to the streets. But some say he also took it to the police, which we will review shortly. But what I do know, when this happened, T Grizzly put the bag in the streets. He put a bag.
And you do know when that jury get took to claim the insurance on that jury, you gotta have that report. So that's standard procedure, especially if a nigga take $1 million jury. Bitch, you ain't gonna make a report to cash in on your insurance on that shit, nigga. Crazy as fuck.
Bag on the head of anybody involved in burglarizing him. And when the streets began to talk, the streets began to point his hand at a guy called Baby Shooter.
You know the value.
So when Baby Shooter was identified as the one who burglarized T Grizzly's home, what happened was T Grizzly got goons, right? I'm assuming it's other LA gang members, because if it's not other LA gang members, like T Grizzly is from Detroit, like his Detroit goons aren't going to be checking an LA gang member in LA, no, right? But dudes who were around T Grizzly, they found where Baby Shooter's mama lived, they found where he lived, they found other family members' homes, and they let him know, hey, bro, there's a bag on your head. We know where your mama lived. Here's her address. You better tap in and let us know what's going on.
Not the fat D-Mac, not the fat D-Mac.Is name D-Mac though. It's not the fat one though. I know the skinny one that be getting to the money. Yeah. The Chapo one that be. Yeah. That's the other nigga. That's the other little. It's like 4 or 5 on that shit beside the other nigga. Beside the nigga that I sent y'all that put the whole play together. That with them. Well, cool, bro. You feel me? You ain't hear this from me, bro. You didn't hear this from me, all right?
Yeah, you ain't gotta worry about that. All right.
All right, it's Nick. It's my cousin's schoolyard, bro. Boom. Mexican niggas great, and 2 niggas won't. They all get money together. They all around, kicking around. You feel me? Boom. Them niggas that press play on. You feel me?
Yeah.
Now they drill it. They want to fuck with it. They see all the face. They see the big. They're like, oh, is that it? We fuck with it. Oh, they're like, you want to know? You feel me? I know you're doing the fuck. Oh, feel me? Like, oh, I'm like, shit, hell yeah, he probably get ready for you. Feel me? Like, y'all gotta cash out though. Oh, but I know about this stuff. So I asked them, like, you know. You fucking like T Grizzly, like, he like off limits. I'm like, on crib. I'm like, y'all ain't saying, like, all right, so like, boom, but I already own that.
This footage only resurfaced because I believe he was into it with Milk 74, and Milk 74 released the footage. where he's telling the ops, hey, it wasn't me, it was that guy, bro. Man, trust me. Now, a lot of people gave him flack for this. Like, you can't say this is telling because it's not telling because he wasn't talking to the police, but he was still giving up people and saying they did this and they did that. Knowing there was bags on the heads of people involved is kind of like, man, you don't like do that to your homie, bro. Like, if you know, hey, bro, T Grizzly got a bag out on somebody's head for whoever was involved, and you say, nah, he was involved, you damn near okay with your homie getting killed. So he got a lot of flack for it. So he came back and he explained exactly why he said that much and exactly why he did what he did. And he confirmed T Grizzly was putting bags on people's heads.
Never spoke on that video. Well, let me make the long story short. That shit wasn't straight. I ain't gonna say that shit was straight. Niggas never put no nigga's name in nothing. That shit wasn't cool. I know that shit wasn't cool. As a gangster, niggas never implicated no niggas in nothing. But I'll make a long story short. My face going around, they say money on my head and all this and all that. The homie called me like, hey, these niggas want to holler at you. Woo. They trying to say you did this before they make a move. They want to move. You feel me? So I'm like, all right, what's up? So they put me on the line. They saying, whoop, saying you did it. You feel me? Like that. We got your mama address. They tell me my mama address. Bam. They ring my mama address. You feel me? The whole time they like, oh, we don't know if you really did it or they probably could be blaming it on you. You feel me? So this is and that. So I'm like, all right, cool. You feel me? So them calls all different times. So they call me back. I'm like, man, look, you ain't hear this from me, but whoa, that's when I said that. You feel me? But what I should have did was called in. You feel me? But it went straight. You feel me? But if I didn't want to tell them that, bro, I know what really happened. Them niggas had nothing to do with nothing. You feel me? If anything, I lied on them, bro. But that's went straight. On the day, only went straight. So basically, it was a twist up, you feel me, to get me on video saying this is an that, you feel me, and they fell for it because, like, mind you, I should have called in, I should have tapped in. There's money on it. I don't know who to trust when they talking about the amount of money they said was on the nigga head.
Baby Shooter went to jail shortly afterwards, but while in jail, he released this paperwork right here where he claims T Grizzly identified him as the man who robbed his house to the police. When Baby Shooter got released from jail, he doubled down on the narrative that T Grizzly snitched on him. And I'll be real, if it wasn't for Dogface, right, which is like an OG from like Detroit, if it wasn't for Dogface going around from podcast to podcast, building these relationships with all the bloggers like myself, academics, and others, T Grizzly would probably have been cooked. But I felt like Dogface did a very good job combating that narrative and kind of poking holes in Baby Shooter's like narrative that T Grizzly snitched, kind of like pointing out things that were inconsistent. And essentially T Grizzly beat the snitching rumors, due to Dogface. But, like Baby Shooter got out of jail with a vendetta against T Grizzly. Now, he robbed T Grizzly's house, so I don't know why he would hate T Grizzly, right? But Baby Shooter even went as far as banning T Grizzly and other Detroit dudes from coming to LA.
Ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying? Dead homie. I called about the T Grizzly situation, you got right on him. Dead homie. Got on him. Got right on him. He ain't playing no game. Yeah, that's crazy. So basically T Grizzly, he no good.
Just a bunch of
dead homie. He bad people. So over here.
So do the internet know? Do the internet know?
Internet know, bro. Come here.
History lesson. Gangs were originally created for defense of the black community against the Klan, the Ku Klux Klan. Racist white people. I think niggas was missing the point.
Hey, well, that's how I feel, though. I don't know how everybody Detroit. I catch niggas in the city. I'm robbing all them. I catch in the city on the dead homie. All them Detroit on the dead homie. That's how I feel. Besides Doug, though. Dead homie, Doug really on Krypton. Everybody else, though, I'm robbing all them dead homies. Hey, think I'm playing for a victim like the rest.
Over $1.5 million in weekly rewards. Play crypto, poker, and casino. Instant deposits and withdrawals. Play now on coinpoker.com.
Southport.
I love Baby Shooter, man. I like Baby Shooter, but there's no excuse for this malarkey, bro. He comes home after facing life, beats the case, come home a week later, he's threatened to rob Detroit rappers who click up with T Grizzly on the internet. Now, this was when I think T Grizzly began to take it seriously because this is when T Grizzly stopped responding. After Baby Shooter said this, it went dead quiet on T Grizzly's end. Because T Grizzly now recognized, okay, it's not content anymore, it's in the streets, cool, I gotta move this way. But ultimately, T Grizzly stayed quiet. Baby Shooter is now back in jail on some other charges. And apparently, T Grizzly, according to Young and Heffa and other people who are currently in jail, apparently T Grizzly is calling shots. A Detroit dude is calling shots in LA County and is influencing prison politics. Because T Grizzly apparently had a bounty on Baby Shooter's head. And when Baby Shooter touched down, now, again, this bounty was confirmed by Young and Heffa, not Poetic Flacco, okay? But when Baby Shooter touched down, apparently the bounty got collected on. And we got audio of Baby Shooter being tortured and almost killed.
That's a fact. We gonna compensate.
This is news. When did this video go?
Yeah.
Oh, come right here, bro. Bro, I ain't got nothing to do with nothing, bro. Hey, bro, I ain't got nothing to do with nothing, bro. I didn't do none of that stupid shit, bro. I ain't going to get nobody or none of them, bro. Everybody clear. Tell get you and none of that great shit, bro. Oh, West Side 40, you know what's going on. The type of we make the ground shake. Yeah, homie, we got to up in here.
I got love for Baby Shooter, man, but we got to be honest, bro. It sounded like he ran into the Avengers. I ain't never seen Baby Shooter voice go that high. All I heard was, oh, I said, cuh. Hold on, bro. Huh? Damn. Yo, what were they doing to you, cuh? God damn. Bruh. I'll be real, man. Now, Baby Shooter is a shooter, not a fighter, so we got to kind of give him some leeway there, but no man voice should ever reach a pitch that high. It will. Now, they had to poke him up, bro. Cause to me, that's the only way. Cause I don't see a punch hurting that back to where I'm. Oh, hey, listen, man. If he would have gotten stabbed or punched up or beat up and taken his L, cool. But coming to the phone and breaking it down, that's where I think he took it a step too far. Coming to the phone, apologizing to T Grizzly, claiming it was all talk. He's not involved in nothing. He didn't do nothing. That's crazy, but it makes him look bad. Like, right? Now, Youngin Hefe would come on his channel. Youngin Hefe, who's currently in prison, would claim these dude had no affiliations with T Grizzly whatsoever. And now you're about to see how disgusting and sad LA gang members are. So, Baby Shooter is from LA. He's a Crip, right? He's from the community. Fellow Crips from LA. Now, these two don't really got, they're from Rolling 40s. I think, he's from Avalon. They don't really got no beef. But they still attacked him to get in good favor with the dude from Detroit. Man, listen, man. Yo, gangbanging is over with, homie.
Somebody coming through the door and you feel their seat, or you can get over on them, that's what's going to happen. So, he came through the door, you know what I'm saying, with these big old flower earrings, and, you support these other people that
left
worth
the story a long
$6,000.
time
So you can
ago,
just,
man.
imagine, all the spice that's going to buy, how good you're going to look if you get to put those in your ears. So, I had learned that Shooter was here yesterday, you know what I'm saying, from one of my people. They came back from visiting with Shooter and was like, hey, Baby Shooter said, what's happening? Sin is. I'm like, Baby Shooter from where? They like, Avalon. I'm like, oh, okay, he in here? They're like, yeah, what I didn't know was that he was in the same module as me on the other side, you know what I'm saying, the original tier that I was on or whatnot. So, as y'all hearing this recording, as much as y'all can hear, you know what I'm saying, I couldn't really hear like that, but getting it play by play, from my understanding, he was over there on the tier, and then it looked like, you know what I'm saying, the Jack Boys, you know what I'm saying, got down on it, you feel me? 4.0, you know what I'm saying, from 40s, you know what I'm saying, put himself out there, you know what I'm saying, in this matter, you know what I'm saying, and making Baby Shooter get on the phone, and basically, this wasn't even like no neighborhood gangster thing, from my understanding, so it looked like these dudes, they took it upon themselves, like they want to go viral, like they want some of that Al 22 clout and no jumper clout, that they decided to hop on Baby Shooter because they know about the T Grizzly stuff and all this internet stuff that's going on out there, so basically, they trying to collect on the bounty, you know what I'm saying, and they hoping that T Grizzly send them some money, or send them the money, you know what I'm saying, I don't know nothing about no bounty, didn't know it was a bounty or whatever, but they said they trying to collect the bounty, so that's why they got on Shooter now.
Yo, it is hilarious. Yo, it really said, hey, listen, man. Yo, they were trying to collect the bounty that T Grizzly put on Baby Shooter, but I don't know nothing about no bounty. Nah, man. Worst part about it too is clearly he left, right? Like he packed it up and he left, and they're still trying to shame him. Fam, they just try to kill me. They put a knife. They brought weapons. They threatened to kill me if I don't hop on his phone and apologize. And I'm supposed to stay in a module or a dorm with all my enemies, with no homies around? After they already tried to assassinate me, and I'm a buster? All right, man. Anybody claiming Baby Shooter is a buster or soft for packing it up and leaving a dorm in a module ran by the same dudes who are trying to murder him, you guys are out of your mind. I applaud you, bro. All right, listen, bro, you in county jail on some petty charges probably. You trying to come home, bro. Man, don't try to play tough, bro. Leave, go to PC if you got to. Come home and podcast like an MF. Right? Because the dudes who are in jail right now facing 20, 30, 40, they won't be able to beat you on the outside. You'll be able to control the narratives with the podcast. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, man? All right. Do y'all think what happened to Baby Shooter is fair? Let me know, okay? If you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video right here somewhere on my screen, somewhere here or here or here to find out why exactly, again, this is a good video, Kendrick Lamar is getting away with doing something really foul to Draco the Ruler, and I'm sick of it. So this video right here breaks down why we can't allow Kendrick Lamar to continue to get away with doing this to Draco the Ruler. I'm gonna see you guys in this video somewhere on my screen. Click the hype button below to send me a hype if you really want to support.
What Kendrick doing?
I'm out of here, folks. Peace.
I don't give a damn.
I saw
about
that my PR got approved.
I don't. I don't give a damn about nothing Kendrick doing. If it ain't no motherfucking music. He didn't let me finish. But anyway, I'm not worried about that shit either. Alright, what's next, man? It's been a lot of controversy in my city. There was a Father's Day block party where a young brother lost his life and shit. And numerous reports are saying the police did it, but the police, you ain't never seen the police drop a body cam footage within 12 hours of some motherfucking shit happening. Boy, you ain't never seen it. You ain't never seen it unless you seen it, right? And until you seen this shit, it happened in my city. You ain't seen shit till you seen it.
Yeah. I'm hit, they hit.
When you told them,
That's crazy. So
Kanye West is a musical genius, but he's also a legal genius. You see, what happened is some politicians are trying to cancel his Tampa shows, which are coming up this weekend. However, Kanye signed a contract that said if they cancel, they could be liable for up to $45 million in damages. Let's talk about it. Well, we all know that Ye is one of the greatest artists of all time. However, very controversial, so much so that he's essentially been blackballed from major American venues. And so he's been touring internationally. That is until he recently announced that he was doing one show in Tampa this coming Friday. Well, wouldn't you know it, 1 million people signed up for that show, capacity of $65,000. So he immediately announced a second show in Tampa that following Sunday. Now pay attention because this is important to the plot. Raymond James Stadium, where the concerts are going to be held, is owned by Hillsborough County and run by the Tampa Sports Authority. Both of those are public entities. Now, after both of these shows are announced, there is a ton of political backlash and people pushing to cancel these shows from Tampa and prevent Kanye West from coming and performing here over anti-Semitic comments he had made in the past. The thing about it is he has A1 attorneys and they were playing chess. They anticipated this would happen. So what did they do? In the contract that they signed with the Tampa Sports Authority for use of Ray J, they put in there that the TSA could not cancel this show over prior comments Kanye made, over prior behaviors, over prior political statements that Kanye had made, because they knew this would happen. And if TSA, the Tampa Sports Authority, attempts to cancel it over any of those things, Kanye West gets paid. So how much would he get paid? Well, if you calculate the total revenues from 2 sold-out shows, $65,000 a pop, and keep in mind, he does this globe, right? So there's no lost seats. Unlike other concerts where you're blocking off seats, you got the whole 65K in Ray J times 2. That's 130,000 seats over 2 nights. All the merch, the promos, $1.5 million. You're looking at upwards of $45 million in revenue over the 2 shows. On top of all this, if you cancel Kanye West over past comments he's made, that could potentially be a violation of his First Amendment rights. And all of this is a lot more complicated, again, because this is a public venue. It's owned by the public. Therefore, who's on the hook for the $45 million? In theory, it's the taxpayers, right? And the same with the First Amendment liability. So there's about 45 million reasons that Tampa is not going to cancel Kanye. And you know what I hope the first song he comes out with is? La, 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 wait till I get my money right. Share this with somebody. Go.
This is the body cam that I was talking about. that was released from last night incident.
Stay where you're at. Stay. Move. Austin, get back. Get back. No, man. What's going on, man? Stop.
We're back. 32.
Stay where you're at. Stay. Move. Austin, get back. Get back. No, man. What's going on, man? Stop.
We're back. 32.
Stay where you're at. Stay. Move. Austin, get back. Get back. No, man. What's going on, man? Stop.
We're back. 32.
Stay where you're at. Stay. Move. Austin, get back. Get back. No, man. What's going on, man? Stop.
We're back. 32.
Stay where you're at. Stay. Move. Austin, get back. Get back. No, man. What's going on, man? Stop.
We're back. 32.
Folks saying the police, niggas using the police as a scapegoat. But if niggas don't, it's either ironic, it's very unfortunate, it's definitely very unfortunate. But it's ironic that a nigga from the side would be at a block party on the side that the side he from beef with, and it been beefing for years. It been back and forth for years between these two sides. It don't surprise me that they would try to come out and put that on the police first, especially with the climate that we in. especially if they're trying to get away with some shit. But that's the quickest way to get them on their fucking job, to really find out what the fuck happened. And you see how quick they released this video, because they know niggas in this city is stupid. Niggas in this city is dumb. Niggas, man, look. Their new tensions are high globally, especially nationally. Especially with the police. I ain't gonna lie, that's fucked up though. But it's crazy because the police car right here. I seen a report talking about he was in it with somebody. He was in it with them, with the police. I don't know. Said he was reaching for his ammo point. They thought he had a gun or some shit. It was a whole bunch of shit that niggas was saying, man. That shit crazy. Man, we could go to where the shit really gets sticky at. You know what shit really gets sticky at? Facebook. Man, what the fuck was that? Oh my God. Bitch, you need to get out of there. Who the fuck? "20-year-old gets 9 years for killing Facebook marketplace buyer over counterfeit cash and dirt bike deal." Damn. That boy got 9 years. That's only because he did overkill. And he probably ain't, this gun was probably stolen. It probably wasn't his.
Main Street in Tampa. I'm not really sure where I'm at. Honestly, I don't really come over here much. But yeah, I think we have some I don't quite. What am I looking at, guys? Maybe somebody in the comments can tell me what exactly I'm looking at. Because I'm looking at half of the city of Tampa's police force out here. I heard something about a shooting. We got a helicopter whirlybird above head. And y'all aren't even going to be able to hear me with that.
Real questions and I need real answers. Police, y'all know that y'all killed that man, and then y'all let that man laid on that pavement and died. I want to know why y'all be doing stuff like that. If y'all shot the man, why not get him immediate help so his life can be saved? Watch this.
Yeah, they released a statement. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for the statement that the police released. It might not be here.
It's unfortunate to have to be here today. And our thoughts and our condolences are with the Thomas family the day after Father's Day, which should have been a celebration. About 10 o'clock last night, Tampa police officers were attempting to disperse a large gathering in the area of Albany and Main Street when a disturbance broke out and shots were fired. Officers immediately ran to the shots. Unfortunately, a victim was shot and was transported to the hospital and unfortunately succumbed to his injuries. We know there were hundreds of people out there. We know that someone knows what happened, and we're asking the community to come forward to give us information to give closure to the Thomas family. Now, unfortunately, we're also aware that there are false narratives being shared, false narratives about Tampa police officers being involved in this shooting. Unfortunately, false narratives do nothing to further the investigation. All they do is erode public trust. There's been a body camera video that's been released, and what we can see from the body camera video is that Tampa police officers were not causing any violence. They were running to the scene of the violence and immediately rendering aid to the victim. No Tampa police officer fired their weapon or was in any way, shape, or form involved in this shooting. This was a shooting that arose from what we believe out of some sort of disturbance We're still in the initial phases of this investigation. We're trying to determine what caused the shooting to occur. We're trying to locate witnesses, and we're trying to locate information that is going to lead us to arrest the offender and bring closure to the family of the victim. So again,
whoever was the first motherfucker to say that it was them, and y'all on the list, I don't know if you even know. They're gonna try to figure out if you was there, if you was around that area at the time, if you connected with anything. Y'all last is a key suspect. Whoever, not the people that just grabbed the shit and ran with it, because there was a lot of them, but they gonna narrow that shit down to the very first post somebody said, saying that the police did it. They on y'all ass. That's why I wait and gather all the facts before I even say anything about any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how this shit go for real. Y'all never fucking playing with fire, especially if you thought that was going. I don't know. Either way, you ain't got to have shit to do with it. Your ass still a suspect. Don't let you be from West Tampa. Cause I bet you one thing they know about the war in the city. I bet you they know. Them bitches know about shit that they got shit confused about certain shit. But they know about that. I know they know about that. I know ain't no way they don't know about that. That shit was going on. I remember I found out that shit was going on. And they said that shit been going on for years. I said, for years? Yeah, man, that shit like that, like decade. Like, damn, this shit like that for real? Like, y'all niggas been like, damn, this shit, like, damn. And me thinking this just was some football shit when I was growing up, going to the Boys and Girls Club. No, these niggas had real smoke. We had real smoke, man. I ain't know it, dog. But like, damn, bro, you nigga got real smoke, bro. I should have, you know what, though? When them niggas chased me down the street, it was them niggas. One of them niggas had to move to outside. The little homies on that side got into it with them niggas over there by his little sister. They tried to jump him, follow him to the spot where we was at. We were deep. They felt like we were finna jump them. Man, them niggas, we was chilling. It was like hours went by, man. That shit happened at like 4, 5 p.m. right before the sun went down in the summertime, around like 6 probably. 5, going around 6. Them niggas had done went back to their house. Them bitches had done got on that phone. I guess they threw a homecoming party, a welcome party at their house or whatever. Them bitches had 100 bitches down there, man. And I was just walking, trying to go home. I ain't had shit to do with none of that. I ain't fuck with the little nigga that they was beefing anyway. I was like, damn, bro, the fuck?
again, false narratives do not do anything to further what needs to be done to bring closure to the community and to bring closure to the victim and to pursue justice. So it's very important that the community understands Tampa Police Department was not involved in this shooting. This shooting evolved out of some sort of a disturbance when we were trying to disperse a crowd that had gathered along Main Street. Tampa Police immediately responded to the scene, were there within seconds rendering aid to the victim. He was transported to the hospital, and unfortunately, he succumbed to those injuries. So at this point, we would like to ask the community to please come forward if you know something. Please contact Crime Stoppers. Please contact Tip 411. We know there's a lot of video out there. Share that video with us so we can identify who was involved in this case and we can bring that person to justice. And I would also like to thank the quick response of the Tampa Police Department, rendering aid to this victim, and the quick response to many of our community members that have been defending the Tampa Police Department and trying to erase that false narrative that's been circulating about this being a Tampa police involved shooting. So at that point, I'll take any questions.
Any indication how this false narrative came to be?
The question was about how did the false narrative come to be? I don't know. You know, again, there were a large number of people out at this gathering. People started taking social media videos and posting them. And obviously on social media, anybody can just post whatever they want to without any kind of regard for the truth. So there's no evidence to believe that there's a Tampa police officer involved in this. No Tampa police officer fired their gun. I don't know why anybody out there would have thought that way. So the question was about why the crowd was gathered. We had learned that there was a, impromptu gathering apparently for Father's Day. The gathering had been going on for a couple hours. There really hadn't been any issues. And then toward the end of the night, as it got closer to the time of the shooting, the crowd got much larger. At that time, we called for resources from other Tampa police districts. We had units there blocking the streets with their lights on, with their sirens on, dispersing the crowd. And at the point that the crowd was being dispersed is when this disagreement, we're still trying to investigate what happened. The disagreement came up and the shots were fired.
I talked to some people in that neighborhood. They say that they have this block party every Father's Day. Have you guys had to come in and shut down this block party before?
No.
So the question was about the block party previously. I'm not aware of any other Father's Day block parties in this neighborhood that have had to been shut down before or that really grew to the level that this was. But we are not going to allow any kind of illegal activity. We're not going to allow block parties that take over our streets, our sidewalks. So when we see things like that starting, we are going to address them quickly like we did yesterday.
So it sounds like there was no permit, no proper sanctions in place for all these people gathered in the street.
There was not.
Are you looking for multiple suspects, a single suspect? Any description that you're able to provide at this time?
So at this point, again, the investigation is very, very fluid. It's very early in the investigation, so we're still trying to ascertain exactly what happened. We're still looking through video. We're trying to identify additional video. We're trying to talk to witnesses. So at this point, we don't have any specific suspect information. We don't know if we're looking for one or multiple suspects. So that's one of those things we need the community's help with to give us information so our detectives can continue this investigation and bring closure to the Thomas family.
Someone told me they were concerned because the real-time crime camera right at that intersection of Albany and Main was taken down or not active, something along those lines. Do you guys know if that camera that is supposed to 24/7 capture the area was working?
Yeah, the question was about a camera that was in a specific location. I don't have specific details on specific camera locations or the status of those cameras right now.
If there is no suspect in custody, is the public considered to be in danger at this time in that area?
So the question was about, is the public in danger? I don't believe at this point that this was a random act. Like I said, there was a disturbance that started between a group of people. And then after that disturbance started is when the shots rang out. So it does appear that this was an event that had something to do with that fight, that disturbance. It doesn't appear that this was a random act of violence. However, this is one of the concerns about these large gatherings, which is why we want to try to end them as soon as we can.
Welcome to Trigger City.
The word disturbance comes up, whether they call it a fight or a disagreement, but it's a disturbance and then it's being dealt with guns. Just talk about that in the community.
Well, just in general, nobody should.
What's going on?
Solving their problems with firearms. I think that's something I've been up here before at previous news conferences talking about. Other police officers, other chiefs, other community leaders have been talking about the proper way to solve your problems is not with guns. Whether or not you're at a gathering, whether or not you're in a one-on-one situation, the mindset of a lot of people, unfortunately, is that they want to bring guns to events. They want to walk around with guns, and when they have a problem with someone, their first thought is to solve that problem with violence. That is the wrong answer. People need to look at more constructive methods to solve their problems. Solve your problems with words. Walk away from situations. Don't just jump to pulling out a gun and shooting somebody because you have a disagreement with them. I think everybody should understand that that's the wrong way to go about things.
I saw some officers out there today. Is the investigation still going? Is it safe to assume that they are out there continuing to follow up on things?
Yeah, like I've said, the investigation is still very early. The investigation is still ongoing. There are a lot of businesses in that area that may have video. There are a lot of other witnesses who may be able to be identified in that specific area. So the investigation is definitely ongoing. It's going to be ongoing until we arrest the person responsible for this.
Talk about how cumbersome it is to look at a group that large and try and figure out who's moving around at what time, comparing timestamps with other videos. Talk about the complications involved with that when you have a large group.
And to that point, how does all of the social media video that we're seeing? Because there's a lot of different angles from social media going around right now.
You know, every time we have a situation involving a large group and we have a lot of videos, it does take time to comb through that video to identify which video is pertinent and which video is not. And not only on the video situation, but just in general. When the officers are responding to something like this, when they're trying to disperse this group, and you can see in the body camera video that we released, we have an officer trying to render aid to this person who has just been shot. The officer is running into a dangerous situation where a shooting just happened, and we have people running up on the officer. She doesn't know exactly what those people are trying to do. Are they trying to do something to her? Are they trying to do something to this victim on the ground while she's trying to render aid? And while our officers are trying to render aid to the victim, we've got people in the group throwing liquids on them. So this ended up turning into a situation that was very unfortunate. And anytime you have a large group situation like that, we are going to have a lot of, it's going to take a lot of time to comb through the video. It's going to take a lot of time to identify witnesses. It's going to take some time to talk to those witnesses. But our homicide detectives are excellent. They do an excellent job. They're not going to stop working on this case until we make an arrest. And they will go through all the video. They will talk to all the witnesses, just like they've done in many cases before. And I have full confidence that they will do the job they need to resolve this. I don't have any knowledge of anybody else who was injured.
Stay where you're at. Stay. Move. Austin, get back. Get back. No, man. What's going on, man?
Get back.
32. Help me.
Yo. What's going on? don't know why that shit like that, man. I don't know, man. Shit just fucked up. Shit be fucked up, man.
Listen, what if you can start your own lending business, helping other businesses get access to capital, funding, credit, money, and by doing so, earn large commissions, even if you have no prior experience? Now, you're seeing some of the people on your screen who are exactly doing that. I am personally responsible from training more than 4,000 everyday people, just like you.
Rubbers. Now, the song is obviously AI. We know it's AI. You know it's AI. Your trained ears will tell you it's AI. But somehow Phoenix Flexin is still out here lying and capping and trying to convince us this song is really him singing. So this illiterate rapper from the West Coast, no, like, again, I'm very serious. Like, this dude is illiterate. So this dude lucked his way into like a viral hit, like a sensation. Now, I'm sure he's a good guy. He's just extremely dishonest and deceptive. So this dude has a hit song called Rubbers. Now, when this song went viral, everybody and their mama initially said, yo, this is AI. Like, this is straight off of Suno. This dude did not make the song. It's not even his voice. It's not even like him performing it at all. But for some reason, he keeps lying. So I'm gonna let you guys hear the song, and you guys let me know in the comment section, do y'all believe this song is AI?
Swiping cards and stacking chips. I saw you sinking ships. Left me standing in the pouring rain. Now about a heavy diamond chain. My pocket's getting thicker. The watch is moving quicker. Money talk is much louder now, but I can't sleep through the night. Can't sleep through the night. Still seeing your face in the glass. Why do you call when you're short on cash? Can't sleep through the night. I'm losing my mind tonight.
It's clearly AI. Now the beat itself would, would even further confirm it's AI. But there's no reason to lie about it. If it's AI, it's AI. I've seen people do worse for a record.
Definitely edited. I don't know about
But for
AI.
some reason, he's continuing to lie. It's at a point where it's getting pathological.
AI
now, there are various clues this song is AI. When Buddy actually sings it or raps it, he don't know the actual lyrics. And the only reason why you won't know the lyrics to your hit song that you wrote a month ago is if A, you didn't write it. And then two, when he sings, he don't even he's off key, he's off beat, the flow is not the same, the voice is not the same. It's clearly not him. And I wasn't gonna make this video because I don't want to hate on the dude, bro. He's getting his paper. But what really pissed me off was when he did the Channel 5 video. Now, during this Channel 5 video, he's just playing in our faces, bro. Like, they asked him to perform the song to prove that it's really him. And here is him performing the quote-unquote song he wrote.
Just tripping out.
Was there any misconceptions about the song that you wanted to clear up?
Nah, shit, which way? Oh, like the AI shit? Nah, shit, it's recorded like any other song. Auto-tune, I guess, and shit. But that don't matter. Everybody uses auto-tune. I just think it's more so the fans thinking like listening to the music we listen like that I make, and then listen to this type of music, and it being so different, they don't even they just like, how would that, like, you know, how would he?
Really? Bruh, this dude is playing with our mind and our senses. As if us who've been listening to autotune our entire lives cannot identify what autotune is. I'm sure, right, there's a way to probably contort your voice and make you sound on point, but that particular song is AI. And we know it's AI because, bro, every time you perform it, your mic is off, homie. You as Millie Vanilli, your mic is off when you perform. Bro, we see you in the club perform. Your mic was off, bro. Your mic was off. Clearly, it's not you.
Sinking ships left me burning in the pouring rain. Now I bought a heavy diamond chain. My pocket's getting thicker. The watch is getting quicker. Money talk is much louder now. I can't speak through the night. Can't speak through the night. Still see your face on the glass. Why do you call when you're short on cash?
Look at his face. Yo, this guy really thinks he's getting away with it. Look at him. Oh, he is smiling, beaming, smiling from ear to ear, looking at Andrew like, oh yeah, like, did it work? How did it work, bro? Did I convince you? Bro, you're not convincing anybody, bro. This song is clearly AI. This is not you singing. It's not you on the beat at all. At best, what I may give you, you might have been smart enough to generate the AI song, give it like a voice model of your voice, and then just like have the AI song like sing it in your voice. Maybe you were smart enough to do that, but you aren't singing, you aren't harmonizing, you aren't hitting the beat. This is not you at all.
Do you call when you're short on cash?
I'm losing my mind tonight.
Yeah, bro, you can sing.
Thank you.
Now the people know.
Bankrolls on the table. Watching local cable. Hating that I'm able. For sure. Stop hating, man. Stop hating, perpetrating, and just enjoy it, man.
When you say hating that,
when he tries to replicate it, he's not even getting the accent right? Like he's putting on the British hating that I'm able, man. Sir, that's like an 80s pop, like pop alt song, bro. You don't even got the region correct, bro. That's not a British accent we're hearing, homie, at all. And I don't understand why you're lying. Right, yo, if you would have came out and said, you would have got the biggest brand deal from Suno. You would have gotten the biggest brand deal from one of these AI companies, yo. Yo, look at this, yo. He got like a billboard here from. But coming out lying just makes you look goofy. It makes you look weird. And again, I got no issue with you. I don't want to smoke, right? You know, from all accounts. Okay, me seeing House Phone and Blasey defend you the way they defend you shows me you are a good guy. You are a good person. But what you're doing?
Nah, fuck that, Flacco. You tripping? He ain't wrong. Make them motherfuckers come with the bag first. Make them people hit them up like, hey man, you know this our song. You know this really our song. This shit in the contract when you made it, what I said, right? How about you just say you did it? And we get you a higher percentage. You know what I'm saying? And then we pay you. All right. Oh, y'all gonna pay me? That's all I want. That's it. Make the motherfucker pay you first though. Don't be out here just giving free promotion. Because he probably paid what he was supposed to pay for that shit to come out, how it came out. It was successful. But he did his part. He ain't got to promote them for that. He ain't got to tell nobody shit about what, about nothing. Fuck, will you do that?
Right now is disgusting, it's trifling, and it's disrespectful to the art. Not you making the AI song, but you lying about making the AI song. Now, they even brought on the producer, who looked like quite possibly one of the sketchiest human beings I've ever seen in my life. Right? Just him explaining it sounds sketchy. Right? He even missed, well, technically, I guess it's AI. Man, you know it's AI, bro. This is not just normal autotune. Cut it out, bro.
The same shit as autotune, though. It's not AI. AI is, use AI to make a whole song is ridiculous. That's like crazy.
In what way?
Just like as an artist standpoint, you know what I mean?
I'm perps on the beat and I produce a song.
So you're the one who mastered the vocals and produced the audio?
Pretty much just engineered it, pitch correction, you know, just like all this industry shit you do, you know, when you have somebody singing.
Which pitch correction plugin did you use?
I use a combo. I don't want to really give the sauce, to be honest.
Can you give them 50% of the sauce?
There is definitely like Melodyne and some Vocaline.
Yeah.
That I'm not like, you know what I mean? And then we go from there.
So the bass vocals is just his voice.
Yeah.
And then you basically use pitch correction software to just make the notes work perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, he was hitting the notes, but if you know how auto-tune works, it's just like if you're off, it makes it sound super robotic. So if you use Melodyne, it's like less robotic. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of the conversation because, like I said,
technically it is AI. I feel like it is because technically auto-tune is technically AI because it's fixing pitch.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can it's kind of like a tool. You arguing anybody
AI.
And no, in general, just like how it's just being a pro, completely different.
Because for a while, auto-tune wasn't welcome in rap. Like,
if it's his song, if he wrote it, if he is performing the song, why do he need to Milli Vanilli it? Why? Like, why is he in the club simply not knowing the lyrics? Mic is turned off for every performance. Why is this man's mic turned off for every performance? I'm confused if he actually wrote the song and he's singing it.
Because he's not T-Pain. T-Pain could actually sing. Even though he had shit on it and they used auto-tune, T-Pain was an actual singer. He actually used his vocals correctly, his pitch and all that shit. That nigga can't actually sing and hit them pitches. What the fuck? That was corrected by the system for him to hit them bitches. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let the nigga live, man. I ain't gonna lie. He wrote that bitch and he used his vocals and the machine to help that shit come out. He ain't have no single. He ain't have the motherfucker write no song, have nobody else sing his shit, had to tell nobody how you want his shit to be sung. Except the system. So they paid for that shit. They used it, it's theirs. He did that shit. Really, his engineer and producer did that shit.
He should at the very least, be able to harmonize it.
I slipped on the porch steps. I'm okay, just a little dizzy. They said I have to pay up front before they'll even look at me. And my Medicare account is suspended.
When you hear pain, I hear opportunity.
And the part that irks me the most out of this entire situation, he has truly convinced a large percentage of people, even people who music ears that I trust, like for example, like House Phone. I think House Phone is a musical genius. Right now, y'all might call it glazing. All right, cool. I'll be a glazer. All right, that's bro. All right. I think House Phone is a musical genius in my eyes. This dude has faked the funk so bad, he got my brother House Phone fooled. Look at House Phone arguing like his life is on the line to defend that Phoenix Flexing isn't using AI.
Saying you don't think that a platinum selling artist
can make a hit like
can make another hit
from another genre.
I'm not saying
people do it all the time.
People do it.
That's
all the
what you just
time,
said.
But I think there is some AI influence.
Have you ever heard Lil Tracy Like a Farmer? You think that was AI? That nigga did not make AI. He didn't make country music, bro.
Fine,
and guess what? And guess where Lil Nas X got Old Town Road inspiration from? From goddamn Lil Tracy Like a Farmer.
And that's fine. That's
got to do with AI.
And that's
Ralphie the Plug.
That's totally fine.
Ralphie the Plug got a take a shot at that whiskey.
He got that song from look, but that could be used
now
as
listen,
what? A reference track.
For somebody else to make, yes.
Yeah, so where's the reference? Hold on, but where's the reference track that he could have that the song Rubbers could actually be used from?
I hear what you're saying. So you saying basically any fucking band that made a song like that could have been the reference, and then you're saying that they prompted the AI to be like, oh, make a song like this with Phoenix Flex's voice is what you're saying.
No, not even his voice. He could put his own spin on it.
And you think that he went in and re-recorded it after?
Of course.
Now listen though. So just hold on. All the videos they showed of him like live performing it and people using that as a reason of saying that it's AI. That's the stupidest argument I ever heard in my life.
That's dumb. We already know the voice is processed and everything.
No, for sure.
We know that. And when I brought up the stream thing, it wasn't because of that. It was just
no. I wasn't talking about you. We're talking about the general public now.
Exactly. No, this the stream. That stream was just funny. But as far as just the vocal thing, like I said, obviously it's being processed. We all know. We all know that. But as far as at least being able to use a reference track, I'm just saying it's not that far fetched, man. But like, it's really not because they're literally doing it today.
It's also not a fact.
Okay,
it's also not a fact.
It's not a fact.
So you lost.
No, it's not the fact that it's like the whole song's original now because you can put your own spin on it.
What kind of hat you got?
And anyway, all I'm saying is that.
It could happen,
and it could happen, and that's
the chat saying we biased.
It's not so far biased, man. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think we're biased. I just think that, like, honestly,
and it's no disrespect to Phoenix. I'm not saying none of that.
No,
I'm not
saying
we're biased.
Why? You feel me?
I'm not saying none of that. I listen to that fool's music. No,
Listen,
I'm not.
well,
I'm not saying none of that.
So I know
no
the
disrespect to
homie,
him.
but I'm also a fan of AI. I'm a user. I'm a consumer.
Yeah, it don't
And
sound
you
like
could
any other
identify.
AI song that I've heard where it sounds hella choppy, hella nasty, where you can immediately tell that it's AI.
Yeah,
Because
I'm not saying but I'm not saying the music is all like that. Like y'all not really hearing me, man. I'm telling you, they're not just taking it what they got from whatever song.
But that's
or
what
whatever
I've been
machine.
saying. I've been saying that he recorded it, and I think that maybe there were some AI elements to enhance his vocals or to make him hit some notes.
I don't even think that. I just think, like I said, it's just a reference track. It's like,
I give my brother House Phone some slack because even he said maybe there was some AI elements, but Blasey, you should be ashamed. Blasey, you should be ashamed. Blasey, you know you're wrong, bro. You know this is some nasty stuff. This is nasty, Blasey, and I love you, Blasey. You know this, but this is nasty, bro. Blasey said, no AI element whatsoever. You heard that man sing the song in real life. He sounds horrible. He sounds like he ain't never sang a day in his life. He sounds like he is literally tone deaf. You telling me a brother who sounds tone deaf in real life singing the same song, but on the record, he sounds like he is a Hall of Fame. He sounds like this man has been in orchestras. This man is like a elite vocal. This man sounds like an extremely high level vocalist on that record. You mean to tell me this man was hitting tones and notes we ain't never heard before? This man was sounding like prime Frank Sinatra on that record. And you sit here and you tell me, no, I don't even think he got help with the vocals. If you want to tell me, hey man, yo, auto-tone and AI can change pitch and change the tone, and it got him sounding like he's Frank Sinatra, understood. But Blasey sat there with a straight face and said, I don't even think he got help with his vocal. Oh, come on, cuz. Are y'all high? Are you crazy? Nah, man. Hey, listen, man. I want listen, brothers. Listen up, bro. The loyalty that Blasey is given to one of his own, because I think Blasey is like a Filipino Hispanic as well. So the loyalty that Blasey is given to his fellow Filipino Hispanic, we got to give that to ourselves. We got to appreciate and be loyal to our own. Blasey is on code, man. Blasey is going against his common sense. Blasey is going against our common sense. Blasey is looking us in our eyes and telling us that man vocal ain't had no help. He hopped on the track and all of a sudden remembered how to sound like prime Frank Sinatra, while in real life he's sounding, all right, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think, bro. I'm done giving this sociopathic, pathological liar attention. Phoenix Flexing, you are a sociopath, bro. Let me know what y'all think about this minute. If you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video right here, somewhere on my screen, somewhere here, or here, or here, or here, somewhere on my screen to find out how exactly DJ Academics and apparently Grand Wizard is going through some investigations. They're claiming there's a RICO comment. People were saying that I was terrified to speak on this. We covered everything in this video somewhere on my screen, somewhere here, okay? Click on this video somewhere here. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.
Before we start, here's a sneak peek. America's favorite music show celebrates the sound and values of America. Patriotic melodies, military anthems, and folk songs that built our nation. Enjoy more free videos like this. Parents, subscribe to PragerUkids.com.
Revere, wake up! Jill left us a note! Stop snoozing and listen to this! Special surprises are hidden and planned. Find them all to learn something grand!
Surprises? Like treasures? In our barn? Well, saddle me up. I'm gonna find them all.
Not if I find them first!
Morning, farm friend.
Hi, Mr. Miller! Guess what? Jill hid treasures in our
Recreate
barn!
that
Oh, I
image,
love a good treasure hunt.
an episode.
Maybe one of them will be a full head of hair.
Remember.
Oh, good. Everyone's here. I see you found my note.
Jill, we're ready to go treasure hunting!
Today is going to be really fun. And every single time we find a surprise, well, I'm going to share something really special with you.
I'm more ready. Oh, come on now, you two. Why don't we all try to work together on this?
That's right. Mr. Miller has the right idea. Now, look around the barn. Can you find the first surprise?
Oh, what's up, my boy? I ain't see you there. It was good. Shit, that was an hour ago. That was an hour ago, huh, man? What's up, though, my boy? I didn't see that bitch. The real risk taker. That was on my Twitch.
Sometimes the messiest part of life is the schedule. When there's zero time, Ryobi brings home all the clean, from breakfast a la floor to pet hair, stains, and more. Anytime, any.
Touchdown 911, what is the location of the emergency?
Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf 911 call, stabbing footage, and a body cam footage of Carmelo Anthony arrest has been released. And even though the trial is over, a lot of people still have questions. And hopefully this video footage give us answers and shed light on what Carmelo Anthony was feeling and thinking during this tragic event. Make sure y'all smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. It's your boy Music 101, the Street Report, and I'm back with another video. Let's get into it. Although the footage under the tent, not the quality we was expecting, but you can see Austin push Carmelo, and Carmelo lunged forward, popped from under the tent, and took off running for his life and found in the dark. For the people that's looking at Carmelo as a cold-blooded killer don't stab somebody, run for their life crying, and find an adult. It just don't happen. But Austin Metcalf's friend called 911.
Touchdown 911, what is the location of the emergency?
Hi, we're at Kuykendall Stadium. My friend just got stabbed.
Okay, do you know who stabbed him?
We have no clue. He was sitting in our tent, but you need to send an ambulance right now.
They're on the way, okay? Give me a description of the person that stabbed him.
He was wearing a gray essentials hoodie. He was black. He's standing out on the side right now.
He's on the track.
Yes.
Okay.
His blue sweatpants on and gone.
Okay, what did he stab your friend with?
I don't know. My friend's bleeding everywhere.
Okay. Where was he stabbed at?
On the chest.
Okay. And do you still see the person that stabbed him, or did he leave?
It was Austin. Austin stabbed him in the chest. I'm sorry, what did you say?
The person that stabbed him, is he still there? Do you still see him?
There's adults on him, I think.
Yeah.
There's adults that are trying to keep him there?
Sorry, what?
The person that stabbed your friend, is he still there?
Yeah, he's still here.
Okay, and there's a coach with him?
No, I ain't got no
Yeah,
shame on
he's with people gone.
Okay. Do you know if he still has a weapon on him?
No clue, but he's like he can't do nothing. He's done.
What do you mean?
He stabbed Austin Metcalf in the chest. What?
What do you mean he can't do anything? What's going on with him?
For sure.
Something stabs him, he can't hurt him.
Okay, when you say they have him, are they physically holding him down?
No, they're just holding him, walking around.
Okay.
Okay.
What's your name? What's your last name?
Nah, we should be able to know his name.
And do you see any of the responders there yet?
We hear the sirens, but just the coach just sent us out. We're all walking to our buses.
Okay, so you're going to get on a bus right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the rest of the students are walking towards the buses?
Yeah, everyone's been evacuated out the stadium.
Okay.
Thank you so much for being quick.
Okay. Just follow whatever directions you're being provided by either the officers or by your coaches, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect it. All kinds of headed that way.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Carmelo Anthony was arrested, and from the body cam footage alone, there's no way I could have charged him with murder. Manslaughter, yeah, but murder, nah. When you murder somebody, you intentionally want them to be unalive. And I'm not getting this from this body cam footage. He was remorseful, he was sad, he was scared, and kept repeating, I told him, don't put his hands on him.
This be a suspect. Okay.
Gotta be drugged by 12 and be fair.
So nothing on your person at all? No, nothing. No, sir. Mind if I reach in your pockets and stuff and all that? Stamina? No, sir. Okay. Have. We're personal, okay? Just to make sure. Okay. The victim's going to be underneath that tent over there. It's all good. Medic. Memorial tent over there, guys. All right. He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me. Victim, we're in the north end. They got staff standing to them right now. This is like suspect. Already, no. We start coming down.
I don't know what happened. This is closer.
Let me do one more little check of you, okay? You don't mind for reaching your pockets, anything like that? You good?
You're going to go here, please?
I'm wearing some little under.
Oh, yeah.
No, man, I don't think so. What's your name, man? Carmelo Anthony. K-A-R-M-E-L-O. Carmelo. What's your last name? A-N-T-H. We're ready. When? I'm in 10th grade. You go to Emerson? No, sir.
Welcome to Peppa Pig Theme Park, Florida. A special place built just for little ones, where they're big enough to ride their first roller coaster, brave enough to soar through the sky, and adventurous enough to play, splash, slide, and have loads and loads of fun in a place that's just perfect for little ones. Peppa Pig Theme Park, Florida. Get your tickets today.
What if I told you that every time a bank declines a small business loan application, that could represent an opportunity for you to get paid? So give me 2 minutes and hear me out, because this is probably the most overlooked business opportunity. So let me explain. Small businesses make up about 75% of the entire US economy. And that's massive. That's something, right? And these are like your local plumbers, the restaurants and contractors, and they make communities with their families and kids and whatnot. But whenever they need capital to grow, to expand, to buy an equipment, what do? They go to a bank. And that's like the logical thing to do, right? They apply for a loan. The whole process literally takes 6 to 8 weeks. They have to provide personal guarantees. They have to provide collateral. They have to put up their homes and things like that, only to be declined 2/3 of the time. That's insane. That's more than 75% of the time that they go through the process only to get declined. And that's not because they're a bad business most of the time. It's not because they don't qualify for funding. It's because the small businesses really not supported by the big banks, right? So why would you care about this? Well, this is what creates an opportunity, because those same businesses, they still need the capital. Just because they got declined doesn't mean that they're not going to need the capital anymore. Now they either need to dip into their personal savings, or unfortunately they might go out of business, or they might ask friends and family to support them because they don't know any other way of getting capital. However, there's a solution. It's called alternative lending industry. The industry has been growing in triple digits since 2008. Like when I started in this business, it was like a $300 billion industry. It's over $2 trillion industry right now. And it is alternative to the banks. There are lenders who provide capital specifically to small businesses based on their needs. This is where someone like you come into play as a business loan broker. What is a business loan broker? Business loan broker is the person between the lender who has the money, who want to deploy money. They want their money to make more money, make more babies, right? And the business who are looking for capital, they just don't know their options. You, as the business loan broker, facilitate that connection, because lenders, they have the money. They want to get in front of a lot of small businesses. You, as the broker, connect the startups or the existing small businesses with the lenders. Lenders underwrite, but the difference is, instead of waiting for weeks, the whole funding process usually takes 1 to 3 days. And it's a win-win-win situation. The lender is happy because they deploy their capital, right? The business is happy because they got money in as little as like a day to 2 days. And you're happy because you make commission every time this transaction takes place, right? And if you're skeptical, obviously, I understand. My name is Alex Konar. I run the largest loan broker community in the United States. I deal with people just like you, people who are ambitious, people who are looking for a change, who are looking to build a business or add funding to existing business. Maybe you want to get rid of your 9 to 5. And I feel super privileged that I help hundreds of people accomplish that. So if you're seeing this video, you might be looking for a way out or a way into something better than what you're doing right now. This doesn't require any finance degree, any experience in this specific industry. This is not multi-level marketing. You're not going to be approaching your friends and family trying to sell them shampoo. This is an actual business solving actual problems for actual businesses, and you build a career doing that, right? I built a 7-figure business loan brokerage. Now I am sharing that knowledge and the lender network with people like you, because the demand for funding is incredible. There are 34 million businesses, and just over the past 12 months, 60% of them looked for capital in the alternative lending industry. And there's only a few thousand business loan brokers. For that reason, I put together a 20-minute training that's going to tell you exactly if this is a good fit for you or not. This is not a get rich quick scheme, right? And I don't think you're looking for that. This requires effort, but my tough guess is that you're already putting effort. Maybe you've been putting effort into the wrong vehicle for decades. This could present an amazing opportunity. For that reason, I don't want you to miss this out. You might not see this video ever again. Click on the button on the screen, check out the 20-minute training on this, and at the end, you'll know exactly if this is a good fit for you. Then if you're interested, we can show you how our system works and how our AI-generated funding platform can help you get in front of people who need funding, get them funding through our lender network, get paid every time that happens. So hopefully I see you on the other side. Check it out. Thank you.
Okay.
Wait, this video is sponsored by Free Cash, the app that's literally paying people to play games. All you got to do is scan the QR code on the screen right now, or click the link pinned in the comment section. You got your phone in your hand all day anyway. Why not play games and get paid? It's free cash. I want to say this. At the end of the day, both families lost a child. Austin Metcalf lost his life.
Anyway, okay.
Whoa. What's that? I just built a budgeting app in Base 44. Guys, Nina just built an app.
Impossible.
The victim's gonna be underneath that tent over there, so I'll get medic. Memorial tent over there, guys. All right. He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me. What's happening right now? Victim, they're in North End. They got staffed to anything right now. This will be a late suspect. Already? No. Research them.
I don't know what happened.
Sorry, up to you. It's up to you.
That's fine. This is closer.
Let me do one more little check of you, okay? You don't mind for reaching your pockets, anything like that? You good?
You're wearing one pair of pants?
I'm wearing some little underwear.
Oh, yeah.
What's your name, man?
Carmelo Anthony, K-A-R-M-E-A-R-A, K-A-O.
K-A-R-M-E-L-O. Carmelo, what's your last name? A-N-T-H. We're ready.
I'm in 12th grade.
10th grade? You go to Emerson?
No, 12th
Where you go? Centennial. Okay.
I'm in 12th grade.
Wait, this video is sponsored by Free Cash, the app that's literally paying people to play games. All you got to do is scan the QR code on the screen right now, or click the link pinned in the comment section. You got your phone in your hand all day anyway. Why not play games and get paid? It's free cash. I want to say this. At the end of the day, both families lost a child. Austin Metcalf lost his life and Carmelo Anthony lost his freedom. But what we have to do as parents, we have to teach our kids the law. But first off, we have to learn the law ourselves to be able to teach our kids the law. Yes, self-defense is a thing. Stand your ground is a thing. But you have to fight force with force, unless you know for a fact that your life is in jeopardy. Somebody push you, somebody hit you, you can't stab them, you can't shoot them. You have to fight force with force. Now, if it was a group of people just beating on Carmelo Anthony, it's a different story. He would have stabbed Austin Metcalf and he was getting beat by a group of people. That's self-defense. But in all reality, even though Austin Metcalf put his hands on Carmelo first, by law, you can't stab somebody just because they push or hit you. And that's just the truth. So like I said, manslaughter, yes. Murder, nah, because it wasn't intentional. And when I say it wasn't intentional, meaning in his mind or his actions wasn't, oh, I want to unalive Austin Metcalf. No, it was self-defense. He's thinking, I got to defend myself. But y'all get in the comments and tell me what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on all post notifications. It's free. Do it for me. Charleston White, Rick Baby, again, loose cannon, about ultimate
Five step, I'm the leader of this 8 shit.
Damn. Cops find missing man buried under Florida woman's fire pit. That's crazy.
Recently, the United States government passed laws that will help reduce out-of-pocket costs for prescription medicines. One of the laws says that in 2026, people with Medicare Part D plan
will be completely assed out.
My name is Lori Filmer, also known as Lori Shaver, and as my attorney, Mr. Wiggs, has just stated, he is representing me for the charges of second-degree murder of my ex-husband, Michael Shaver. I'm coming before you guys today just to let you know that we have our suspicions, but I don't know why I've been targeted, why I've been set up, or charged with this heinous crime. I am not guilty. And anybody that knows me knows that my life is my children. I am a daughter, I'm a friend, I'm a neighbor, I'm a servant of God, I'm a wife, and I'm a devoted mother of 4. My life is my children. The well-being of my children has and always will be my top priority. And that is the reason that I would never cause any harm to the father of my children.
In the rural town of Claremont, Florida, Michael and Lori Shaver appeared to be living their version of the American dream. They were high school sweethearts who were married with 2 school-aged children. Michael worked as a monorail mechanic at Disney World after previously working as a commercial pilot, while Lori did remote work for MetLife Disability. In March 2014, they purchased their forever home, a ranch-style house on 5 acres, complete with a horse barn and pastures. Yet, despite the ideal setting, their marriage was in a state of decline. Their relationship was marked by frequent disputes and police interactions, and Lori had twice filed for protective injunctions against Michael. In September 2014, things took a darker turn when a heated argument between them escalated into violence. Lori claimed Michael pushed her against a wall and pointed a gun at her. There was a struggle over the firearm, forcing Lori to flee with their 2 young kids. Police arrived to find bruises on Lori's arms and a cut on Michael's forehead, signs of a physical altercation. Michael admitted to the fight, but claimed it was Lori who retrieved the gun, allegedly saying, "I'm going to end this now." Ultimately, Michael was arrested for domestic battery. Still, there were no charges of aggravated assault with a firearm filed against either. It was a case of he said, she said, and the children were too young to provide any meaningful testimony. This incident was just another example of the mounting volatility that had plagued their relationship for years. The couple separated in November 2014 and dated others before attempting a reconciliation around May 2015. According to court records, Lori claimed she permanently kicked Michael out on November 7th, 2015. Based on her Facebook posts, Lori remarried in late December 2016 in a backyard ceremony, and it seemed like both she and Michael had moved on. She and her new beau, Travis Filmer, had 2 children together. However, years later, suspicious circumstances caused alarm bells to start ringing for those close to Michael, most notably his childhood friend, Scott.
And please state and spell your full legal name.
Scott Amatuccio, Scottamatuccio.
Please raise your right hand. I'll swear you in. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that any testimony you give today shall be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. Please proceed.
Did you know Michael Shaver?
Yes.
How did you know Michael?
We were best friends.
And when did you first meet Michael?
It's about 2nd grade.
And where were you all living?
In a small town, Lawrence, New York.
And what about Lori Shaver? When did you first meet her?
We had all known each other since about kindergarten. We all went to the same K through 12 school. I didn't really start to hang out with her until they started to date.
When did Michael and Lori first start dating?
It was about 8th grade.
And specifically, were you present when they first got together?
Yes, he asked her out in my bedroom.
Okay. And did he make any special requests to you at that time?
Yeah, he had me play Boys to Men in the background.
Now, did you maintain a relationship with them after everyone graduated high school?
I did.
Did you see him in July of that year?
I did, July 2015.
Where was that?
At his house.
And was this the last time you ever saw him in person?
It is.
In February 2018, after months of failed attempts to reach Michael, Scott began digging around. He contacted friends, family, and coworkers, only to discover that no one besides Lori had physically seen or spoken to Michael since November 7th, 2015. All contact with him had been through text or Facebook messages. It was also odd that the typically reliable Michael, in line for a promotion, had suddenly quit his job via text and left his set of professional tools behind. Responses from Michael's social media accounts, such as "leave me alone" or "don't bother me," were entirely out of character. Naturally, Scott reached out to Lori, who told him Michael had abandoned the family years ago, but Michael's family wasn't convinced, insisting he'd never leave his kids or quit his job so impulsively. One detail especially bothered Scott: the concrete slab with a fire pit that appeared on the Shaver property shortly after Michael disappeared, just before Lori's new husband moved in. With nothing making sense, Scott filed a missing persons report with the local sheriff's office on behalf of Michael's family in New York. Deputies from the Lake County Sheriff's Office soon arrived and conducted a welfare check at the Shaver home. Lori calmly told them that Michael had left in 2015 and was living in Georgia. She appeared cooperative, allowing deputies to search the house and answering all their questions, until they asked about the concrete slab by the fire pit. At that point, Lori's demeanor shifted and she refused to cooperate further, talking about a lawyer and demanding they leave. That marked the official start of the investigation into Michael Shaver's disappearance.
got defensive after they brought up the
Were you
slab.
recently
She
injured in a
thought
car
they weren't gonna
accident?
bring up that fucking
If
slab,
so, you need
bitch.
to stop now
Bitch, we
and
know how the
immediately
fuck you
call an
niggas be
experienced
thinking. You
auto
busy be
accident
thinking.
attorney.
As the probe progressed, it became apparent to officers by the day that Michael Shaver was no longer alive, as his driver's license, passport, and FAA pilot's medical certificate all expired. Additionally, there was no
What?
personal bank account or credit card activity in his name. As investigators questioned those in Michael's inner circle, they learned that Laurie had previously claimed a coworker named Robert Mercado picked Michael up in a black vehicle and drove him to Georgia in November 2015. In later court testimony, Mercado addressed this claim.
Please raise your right hand and I'll swear you in. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that any testimony you give today shall be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Please proceed.
Can you please introduce yourself to the jury?
Hi, my name's Robert Mercado.
Did you know Michael Shaver?
Yes.
How did you know Michael?
We first met at work in our apprenticeship, our mechanical apprenticeship, and from there on we hit it off.
When you talk about your apprenticeship at work, where did you?
At Walt Disney World.
And were you guys going through the apprenticeship at the same time?
We ended up at the same location. He was a year ahead of me.
How long is that apprenticeship?
It's a 4-year apprenticeship.
Now, through Michael Shaver, did you ever meet his wife, Lori Shaver?
Yes.
And did you ever go over to their house to visit or socialize?
Yes, multiple times.
And in November of 2015, what kind of vehicle did you have?
I had a gray Explorer.
And in November of 2015, did you ever go pick Michael Shaver up from his home and take him anywhere so he could leave his family?
No.
Did you ever take him to Georgia and drop him off anywhere up there?
No.
No. Investigators arrived at the Shaver home 3 weeks later with a search warrant zeroing in on the concrete slab. They brought cadaver dogs, ground-penetrating radar, even a backhoe to dig through the property. The cadaver dog alerted to the same spot twice, and detectives...
That was the first place they checked, bitch. You're better off burying his ass under the motherfucking driveway. You better off redoing the driveway and then putting a concrete slab in the back.
Wasted no time setting up tents and carefully working the area. Then, later in the evening, community members were startled to hear the breaking news.
Neighbors reacting after the sheriff's office say they found possible human bones.
Nauseating, actually.
Damn.
You know, just makes you sick at your stomach.
Tanya Winchester says she watched as Lake County detectives made a discovery while digging in her neighbor's backyard.
I did see shortly after they made the find, I was standing in the neighbor's backyard pretty close nearby watching, and I did see that law enforcement kind of circled around the site and took off their hats, and it looked like they had said a prayer.
The Lake County Sheriff's Office says after hours of searching, they began focusing their efforts around this fire pit, later revealing they believe they found what appears to be a human arm bone. The investigation starting a couple weeks ago after a friend of 36-year-old Michael Shaver contacted deputies, saying he hadn't seen Shaver since 2015. Detectives say Shaver's wife Lori also claims to have not seen her husband in several years, but investigators were forced to get a search warrant when she refused to let them look in her backyard. Neighbors say the couple has young children who often play outside.
The only thing we really care about is the kids. So we kind of had hoped that didn't get confirmed, because what do you tell a third grader, you know?
Again, Lake County says they're still waiting to talk to Lori Shaver, but they do add she is a person of interest. Investigators plan to go back out into the yard as soon as the sun comes up. In Lake County, Troy Campbell, News 6.
Investigators made a chilling discovery. Buried directly beneath a section of the concrete slab, marked with the initials LF and TF, lay a human upper arm bone. Those initials, Laurie Filmer and Travis Filmer, cast an eerie shadow over the find, as if leaving a signature above a hidden grave. The remains were sent to the medical examiner for DNA testing. Deputies quickly secured another warrant to search inside the house. The next day, additional fully skeletonized remains were found. Eventually, all body parts were recovered, solidifying the grim reality of Michael Shaver's fate. On June 15, 2018, the Lake County Sheriff's Department announced the human remains found on the Shaver property were positively identified using dental records and familial DNA. Autopsy findings show the cause of death to be a single gunshot wound to the back of the head from a .38 caliber handgun. Upon hearing the news, Mirt Price of Channel 9 News confronted Lori at her home to ask a few pointed questions.
Of course. Now, why was she not arrested at that time? You're not stopping. She's not going to answer no question.
Can you tell us anything about how those remains got under the fire pit? Do you have anything to say about
your husband's remains being found. Nothing to say about your husband's remains being found in your yard.
Lori clearly wanted no part of that conversation, but authorities were ready to make their move. In complex homicide cases like this, where direct evidence is scarce, investigators need time to build an airtight case before an arrest. They confirmed Michael's cause of death, worked to connect items found with his remains back to Lori, and gathered enough circumstantial evidence to fill a 12-page probable cause affidavit. Finally, in September 2020, Lake County Sheriff's deputies arrested Lori Shaver for Michael Shaver's murder. In a highly disturbing and detailed 10-page probable cause affidavit, investigators outlined the evidence they believe indicates Lori Shaver committed murder. The investigation concluded that, at the time of his disappearance, Lori was the last person seen with Michael and the only adult living on the property where his body was found. After Michael's disappearance, she allegedly lied about him going to Georgia, built a fire pit over his grave, drained his bank accounts, and sold his belongings. Lori also used Michael's identity on Facebook to convince others he was still alive, traced back to her home's IP address. Forensic testing indicated the bullet that killed Michael came from a type of gun Lori owned, but could not link it to a specific firearm. Lori was charged with second-degree murder and accessory after the fact, facing up to life in prison if convicted.
If you got hit, even if you were not driving, you need to try this.
Because if you were in a car accident in the last year, you could be owed a large cash payment and not even know it. Even if you weren't driving, all you have to do is click the link in this video, answer 5 simple questions about your accident.
With bail set at $50,000 for the murder and $2,000 for accessory, she bonded out just 3 months later. Lori was ordered to wear an ankle monitor and was barred from contacting Michael's family. Meanwhile, Lori's attorney wasted little time mounting a public defense. They set up an online fundraising account titled I'm Innocent, with a video summarizing their defense. In the March 2021 video, attorney Jeffrey Wiggs shared his take on what really happened. He claimed that after Michael left the home, Lori began dating a military veteran with a possible special forces background. This man allegedly bragged about killing without a trace and advised Lori to pour concrete for a patio. When they broke up, Lori remarried, later using that concrete to finish the patio, unaware Michael was buried beneath it. Wiggs further alleged that authorities falsified the probable cause affidavit and urged investigators to look into Jeremy Townsend and Jimmy Ballou. Confident in Lori's innocence, Wiggs said they were ready for court. A series of motions, legal pleadings, and the COVID-19 pandemic delayed the trial for years, but shocking developments still emerged. In a dramatic twist, the defense filed a motion in May 2023 revealing an alleged confession.
It's a potential big development in the case of a Lake County woman accused of killing her husband. Attorneys for Lori Shaver filing a motion saying a 14-year-old girl has confessed to killing Michael Shaver. A request to have the girl evaluated has already been denied, and the defense is asking the judge to reconsider. The girl would have been just 7 years old when Michael Shaver was last seen alive in 2015.
These startling revelations set the stage for a dramatic trial with unexpected testimony and intense moments. Key questions emerged. Who were Jeremy Townsend and Jimmy Ballou, and why were their names forwarded to law enforcement by the defense? What role did Lori's daughter really play, and ultimately, would there be justice for Michael Shaver? With both sides presenting vastly different narratives, it would be up to the jury to decide whether the evidence supports the claims made by either side.
Now, did that the card that came with the flowers, did that include a message?
It did.
And can you go ahead and read that message to the jury, please? Ms. Townsend, is this a difficult day for you?
It is. It says, roses are red, violets are blue. My wife is a your husband is too.
The clip you just viewed features testimony from Jeremy Townsend's wife regarding a greeting card she received in Michael Shaver's name that exposed an affair between Jeremy and Lori. We will revisit that clip shortly. In opening statements, the state presented what it believed to be overwhelming evidence. They told the jury Michael Shaver had vanished sometime between November 7th and 10th, with no activity on his cell phone or bank accounts tied to him after that period. His social media accounts were being used by Lori, he was shot by a caliber weapon that Lori possessed and later sold, and his remains were found buried in Lori's yard. The state argued that, in the end, Lori had the means, motive, and opportunity, and the decision to convict was simply a logical conclusion.
Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, this is a case about common sense. When you look at all the evidence, you listen to testimony of all the witnesses, you examine all the circumstances, not the least of which Michael Shaver's body was found buried under a concrete slab in the backyard of the defendant's residence. There can only be one common sense conclusion, and that is the defendant is guilty beyond any reasonable doubt. Thank you so much for your time.
The defense responded this case was not just about common sense. It was about the evidence, or lack thereof. No forensics, no ballistics, no DNA directly connected Laurie to Michael's murder. Attorney Wiggs then offered an alternate theory with a plot twist that Christopher Nolan would envy.
Now, what happened was Mr. Townsend was having this affair with Lori, and Mr. Shaver was not supposed to be at the residence.
Given the
Lori arrives.
Being alive.
Mr. Shaver arrives on the scene. Begins battering Lori Shaver. He wants her back. She was chatted to him, just like a car or a piece of property. And she informs him, we're not going back. And she starts getting the diggings to be done. Minor child heard this. Isabel says she's going to tell the truth, and I'm going to tell you what happened. And as she relays, is she's at the residence with her mom, and then walks Michael, carrying on. He starts to battle his wife. And Isabel hears, I'm going to kill you. She hears a lot of commotion. She hears a mother begging, leave me alone, leave me alone. She walks in the room. She'll testify. And poor Michael was sitting in a chair with his foot on Lori Shaver's head as Lori's gasping. And Michael was sitting there threatening to kill her. And this young girl, in desperation and in fear, runs and retrieves the firearm. And she believes she shot Michael. She thinks she did. She said she thought she had. She believes she had. But almost simultaneously, in walks Jenny. He sees what's going on. Lori is still on the ground. Lori has not even got to her feet. And Jenny walks in. Takes a gun from Isabel. Shoots Michael Shaver in the head. Says, Lori, get these kids out of here. I'll take care of this. Anybody says a thing about this, I'll kill you too. Lori said, we were like deer in headlights. Got into the car, I took the kids to school.
Attorney Wiggs made bold claims to the jury. It was Laurie's 7-year-old daughter who shot Michael to protect her mother, and Jeremy Townsend suddenly appeared in time to finish him off. Wiggs emphasized that the soon-to-be 16-year-old was prepared to testify under oath to these events. Among the witnesses called by the state to help provide clarity was lead investigator Tamara Dale.
I dare you to let me build you a completely free e-commerce store preloaded with 20 handpicked products that are trending all over the world, basically
All right, please state and spell your full legal name.
Tamara Rose Dale, Tamara Rosedale.
Please raise your right hand. I'll swear you in. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that any testimony you give today shall be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. Please proceed.
Please introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Good morning. My name is Tamara Dale.
Where do you work?
Lake County Sheriff's Office.
How long do you work there?
Been there for 21 years.
And what is your current position?
I'm a lieutenant in criminal investigations. So unfortunately, lieutenant has a lot of administrative duties now, but I supervise detectives, specifically major crimes detectives, homicide, sex crimes, child abuse.
Back in 2018.
2018, I was a sergeant in criminal investigations.
And how did you become involved in the investigation relating to the death of?
So the lead detective in that case, she moved positions just within criminal investigations, and I became her supervisor, her sergeant at the time, and the case moved with her. I don't remember exactly when she moved positions, but I think it was sometime in 2018.
Now, at some point, did Detective Gloria leave?
Yes, she did.
When she left, did you kind of step up in order to take on some of the responsibilities of this investigation?
Yes, I did.
Now, during the course of this investigation, were you provided with potential names from Mr. Wiggs that he thought you needed to look into investigate?
We were, yes, sir.
What were those names?
Jeremy Townsend and James or Jimmy Ballou.
Were those individuals interviewed?
They were.
Did law enforcement go and look into the assertions made by Mr. Wiggs about them?
Yes, sir.
Please state and spell your full legal name.
Jeremy Townsend.
JEREMETOWNSEND.
Please raise your right hand. I'll swear you in. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that any testimony you give today shall be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay. All right, thank you. Please proceed.
Please introduce yourself to the jury.
Jeremy Townsend.
Townsend, couple of questions. Do you currently have an attorney?
Yes.
And when did you
January 2022.
prior to retaining an attorney, had you spoken with law enforcement?
Yes.
About the matters of this case?
Yes.
And had you spoken with them multiple times prior to retaining an attorney?
Yes.
And why did you retain an attorney?
When my name came out as part of this case, my wife and I felt that we would retain an attorney to help us through the process, help us understand the legal side of this.
But you were willing to talk to law enforcement on multiple occasions before everything, so
yes.
You responded to all.
Yes.
Have you ever been in the military?
Yes.
And where's all the branch?
United States Army.
When did you serve?
Served from 1998 to 2003.
And why did you leave the military?
Okay.
I was shot 3 times in Afghanistan and was almost killed. Was medical retired out.
And the jury has seen photographs that
and spell it as I-N-C.
Through both my legs and one right to my side.
I-N-K on this cartoon episode.
I met her at one of the public parks.
And about when did you first meet?
September 2015.
And what were you doing at the park?
I had my son there.
Are you married?
Yes.
How long have you been married?
16 years.
Damn.
Did she tell you about her marital status?
Yes.
And what did she tell you?
That she was going through a divorce.
Did she tell you her husband's name?
Michael Shaver.
Did she tell you where he was?
She said that he had left with a friend in a vehicle.
And when did that happen in relation to when you started this physical relationship with her?
When she told me that Michael had moved out, that was November 2015.
And so the time frame that you started going to the house was after that?
It was the first week of December.
During the course of the affair, would you exchange text messages, phone calls, and photographs?
Yes.
And during this time frame, what was the status of your marriage?
My wife and I were not in a good place. We were kind of going back and forth if we were going to stay or get a divorce.
Was there ever a time that Lori Shaver expressed to you that she wanted you to leave your wife to be with her?
Yes.
And was that what you wanted?
No.
Did there ever come a time in February of 2016 where Lori Shaver was upset with you about your status with your wife and your refusal to leave the marriage?
Yes.
And during that time frame, were there text messages about that?
Yes.
Showing you what's been previously been marked for identification?
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44. This is a first look at the current industry-leading AI app builder. And you wouldn't believe the kind of apps that people are creating. Smart nutrition apps, inventory trackers, onboarding tools, you name it. And if the only thing stopping me from making the app is the idea, then why not build an app that gives me endless app ideas? So let's make it. Pro tip, I draft the full app spec in ChatGPT, and then I drop the prompt directly into Base 44. It gives me super detailed structure. And here it is. Everything I laid out in detail as it goes. This is pretty awesome, but I want to make it playful. So I'm going to add a swipe left and swipe right interface. The same usability we all know.
Going on to the next page at 10:08:45 p.m. On the bottom in the gray, what is the message that she sends to you there?
Nice wedding ring. Thought you didn't wear that anymore.
What is she referring to there?
I had my wedding ring I had put back on. Had a picture with my wife. It was posted on Facebook.
And did this cause arguments between you and Lori Shaver?
Yes.
And that was in late February 2016?
Yes.
Sometime after that, did you learn that your wife found out about the affair?
Yes.
And how did that come about?
My wife contacted me April 12, 2016. She had received flowers.
And then did that expose the relationship between yourself and Lori Shaver to her?
Not at first, because she asked me who Mike was. And I did not know who Mike was. Once she checked her Facebook and seen the messages from Mike, it started to come out.
And that was when?
April 2016.
At any point when you were over at the Shaver residence, was Michael Shaver there?
No.
At At any point, did you arrive on a scene where Michael Shaver had been shot?
Say what?
At any point, did you arrive at the Shaver residence or any other place where Michael Shaver had been shot?
No.
At any point, were you involved with any sort of altercation with Michael Shaver?
No.
At any point, did you shoot or injure Michael Shaver?
No.
At any point, were you involved with disposing of the body of Michael Shaver?
No.
And after the affair was exposed, what happened with your relationship with Lori?
I cut it off.
In the cross-examination of Jeremy Townsend, you'll see the defense using a tactic called impeachment of a witness. Their goal here is to attack the witness's credibility by highlighting any inconsistencies, contradictions, or biases in his testimony. The defense is aiming to plant enough doubt in the jury's mind to make Jeremy's testimony seem unreliable.
Mr. Townsend, you were describing the relationship you had with Lori. You're having this affair with her, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Tell us about this relationship. What your understanding was with Lori Shaver.
They're supposed to be friends with benefits, no strings attached.
Friends with benefits. Okay. And yet you're still contemplating a divorce at that time, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so there was a discussion.
A discussion about what?
Now, your position is you had no knowledge of Michael Shaver being shot, correct?
Correct.
Okay, you weren't in the house, correct?
Correct.
Now, you knew the Shaver children, correct?
I didn't know them, like, on a personal basis. I knew she had children. I only seen them a handful of times.
Okay, a handful of times. You're there 2-3 times a week, okay?
The kids are in school.
Now, you're there at the Christmas break, correct?
The kids were not there. They're in school.
Okay, during their Christmas break.
I wasn't there during Christmas break.
When was Michael shot?
I don't know that.
Okay. Did you ever make a statement indicating to the contrary? I'm going to show you your deposition again, sir.
I know what I told you.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Page 16. I want you to read line 3 through 7 to yourself.
No?
Okay. Your position was, I have no evidence that I was nowhere near during the time frame or whatever happened to Michael. So now you're saying, I don't know when he was shot, but I know I wasn't around there during that time frame. Correct? So you're saying, I don't know when this man shot, but you can't pin it on me.
But if you read further, I said that.
Is that what you just said?
Your Honor, objection. I'm trying to answer the question.
No, you can rehabilitate your own witness.
All right, and Mr. Wiggs is correct. So please answer the question directly, and so once the question's asked, answer it directly, and then move on. Thank you.
Right. So you don't know when he was killed, but you're saying you can't pin it on me. I was nowhere around without knowledge when he was killed. Correct, sir? That's what you stated in your deposition.
No, it's not.
I just read it to you. You just read it yourself.
But like I said, if you read further.
Sir, that's what you said, right?
Can we approach with the transfer?
Sidebar, please.
That's what you said, right?
Did you, in that deposition, tell Mr. Wiggs repeatedly that you do not know when Michael Shaver was killed?
Correct.
And that statement that Mr. Wiggs was reading about, I have evidence that I was nowhere near during the time frame or whatever happened to Michael Shaver, did you say at least 4 times after that you did not know when he was shot?
Correct.
As far as September, your memory about when you first met Ms. Shaver at deposition, you said you didn't remember. Today you said that you first met her in the park in September 2015. So what happened in between the deposition and today that helped with your memory?
Went back to all the old text messages to refresh my memory, because this is 9 going on almost 10 years ago. I don't remember everything I did during that period of time. So to refresh myself, if I was asked that question, I would know how to answer it. So I went back through all the old text messages and figured out when I seen Ms. Shaver.
All right, thank you, Mr. Wiggs. Thank you. And may the witness be released from a subpoena.
Yes, sir.
No one was ready for what just happened. Seedance 2.0 just dropped, and it keeps your character consistent. Before
What
this,
just
they had
dropped? The skip button, man.
I'm Jimmy. How y'all doing? Yes.
When did you first meet Maria?
This is in the summer of 14.
And where did you meet her?
Don Mealy Chevrolet.
And where were you working at the time?
There, Don Mealy.
What was your position there?
Salesman.
And when, what was the context of the meeting that you had at the Chevrolet dealership with Lori Shaver?
They were buying a truck.
When you say they, who are you referring to?
Her and her old man.
Do you remember his name?
It's Mr. Shaver.
Michael Shaver?
Michael Shaver, yeah.
And
Shorts, cowboy boots on.
And was her husband with her?
No.
And what was the purpose of her coming that second time? Completed, did you end up texting with Lori Shaver back and forth?
Yeah, about the truck and all.
And at some point, did those text messages move on to something other than just the truck purchase?
Yeah.
Did you end up having a physical relationship with her?
Yeah, me and my girlfriend split up.
Back over to the Shaver?
No. No.
Thank you.
Jeremy Townsend and Jimmy Ballou were both questioned by authorities. After a thorough investigation, neither was implicated in any crimes related to this case. On the trial's third day, Jeremy Townsend's wife was called by the state to testify about how Lori posed as Michael Shaver on Facebook to expose her affair with Jeremy. This was important for the state because it demonstrated Lori's deliberate attempts to manipulate others and create a false narrative after Michael's disappearance. By showing that Lori was willing to impersonate Michael online, the state aimed to establish a pattern of deception, suggesting she was trying to cover up Michael's death and maintain control over the situation. Additionally, this testimony would further support the argument that Lori had something to hide.
Exactly. She definitely had something to hide, bitch.
Please state and spell your full legal name.
My name is Vanessa Townsend. VANESSATOWNSEND.
Please raise your right hand and I'll swear you in. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that any testimony you give today shall be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. Please proceed.
Why don't you please introduce yourself?
I'm Vanessa Townsend.
Did you know what Jeremy Townsend?
I do.
How do you know?
He's my husband.
When did you get married?
April 12th, 2008.
And do you have children together?
We do.
Okay.
One,
How old is your daughter?
14,
And in 2016, where were you working?
Pine Ridge Elementary.
And what was your position there?
A teacher.
Did you work there the whole school year, 2015, 2016?
Correct.
Did you receive an unexpected delivery?
I did.
What was that delivery?
Flowers.
And did those flowers come with a card?
They did.
Is that the card that you received with the flowers?
It is.
And is that in the same or substantially same condition as when you received that?
It is.
And after receiving that, did you eventually turn this over to Walter?
I did.
This time, state State's Exhibit T into evidence as State's number 30.
All right, objections overruled. State's T will be entered into evidence as State's number 30.
Now, did that the card that came with those flowers, did that include a message?
It did.
And can you go ahead and read that message to the jury, please? Ms. Counsel, is this a difficult day for you?
It is. It says roses are red, violets are blue. My wife is your husband is too. Sorry about this. Check your Facebook message. We need to talk, Mike.
Now, up until this point, have you ever had any interactions with this or Mike or a Michael Shaver?
No.
Up until this point, had you noticed any messages from a Facebook profile identified as Michael Shaver prior to receiving those flowers?
No.
Up until this point, did you have any knowledge or that your husband was potentially having an affair?
No.
When did you receive that card and those flowers?
In April 11th, 2016.
in the time frame leading up to you receiving those flowers, was there ever any time that your husband was sleeping anywhere other than the home, which would have given you concerns that he was having some sort of extramarital affair?
Sleeping elsewhere?
Yes.
No.
So you always came home at night, he was always around?
Yes.
Now, after you received that card, did you in fact go, well, did you have a Facebook profile at that point?
I did.
And after receiving that card and that message, did you go onto your Facebook profile and realize that there had been either a friend request or some sort of messages from Michael Shaver's Facebook account?
I did.
And once you saw that request had come in and those messages had come in, what did you do specifically as it relates to Facebook?
I contacted the person back.
Did you accept it? Did you accept this friend request to be able to look at these messages?
I did.
And did you go through the messages that had been sent to you up until the point that you had received those flowers?
Yes.
Wow, look at this. 94% of people believe company culture is important to an organization's success.
Bitch, you know who you contacted, man.
During the time frame that you were corresponding with the individual utilizing the Michael Shaver Facebook account, did they encourage you to get a divorce?
Yes, they did.
Did they make any offers to you in relation to that?
I don't know what you mean offers, I'm sorry.
Did they bring up matters of a divorce attorney?
Yes, they did. They recommended one.
Now, ultimately, when you got this information, did you confront your husband about it?
I did.
And at that time, did you both decide to stay together, married, and in a relationship?
We did.
And when did that process and that period of time begin?
For the end of April, May.
And after that period of time, was there ever instances where Mr. Townsend left unknown, was out of places that you weren't aware of during that time frame?
No.
No further questions at this time.
All right, Mr. Wicks.
I don't have questions.
And the witness be released from her subpoena.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for appearing today. You're released from her.
Travis Filmer, Laurie's current husband, was also called to testify, and he had plenty to answer for. The jury was curious. What did he know about Michael's disappearance? Did he question Laurie about the body buried in their backyard? And what was up with the so-called wedding on New Year's Eve of 2016? Authorities couldn't find any legal records of Laurie ever divorcing Michael. This quick remarriage, occurring about a year after Michael vanished, may suggest to the jury that Laurie had already moved on and intended to start a new life with Travis and could imply motive. The questions loomed large, and Travis was right at the center of it all.
Morning, please introduce yourself to the jury.
Hi, my name is Travis. I'm Laurie's husband.
And are you a convicted felon?
Correct.
How many times have you been convicted of felony?
I have 2 charges against me. 2 convictions.
Would it help refresh your recollection of that if I showed you your judgment, sir?
Sure.
Do you remember this case?
Yes. Yes.
One felony there?
Yep.
In this case, 2 felonies there.
No, so when I was 18, that was 2.
So yes, a total of 3.
Okay. Yep.
You agree with that?
I do.
Now, you said you're Laurie Shaver's husband.
Correct.
Can you identify her, put her on the court witness?
Laurie's right there.
And which seat did she sit in?
The second.
And how did you meet Ms. Shaver?
I met Miss Filmer at, through my brother. He knew her from the gym, and he introduced us at her residence at a get-together that he had put together with his now current wife.
And when was that together?
Late January 2016, I believe.
And why did your brother put together a gathering at her house?
And he said it was something for work, to get together for work.
Were you aware of any time that either your brother or his now wife was living at the Shaver residence?
At that time, no.
When did they live there?
I think his wife was there. She was there sometime before that, I guess.
So she was living there before that time frame in 2016?
Correct.
And when did you and Ms. Shaver start dating?
Late May of 2016.
So between January and May, what was your relationship at that time?
We didn't have one.
Did you communicate, text, phone, anything like that?
We had a few conversations here and there, but we didn't. I was in a relationship. She made it very clear to me the first night that we met that she was in a relationship. So we didn't communicate.
And at the time that you started dating, had she ever told you what her marital status was?
No, sir.
Had she ever told you that she was single but she had been previously divorced?
She told me that she was in a relationship with a gentleman, but at that time never got into any marital status.
Do you remember giving a deposition in this case?
I do.
Do you remember saying anything different about what her representations of her marital status was at that time?
At the time that we first met?
I'm talking about when you started dating her. Did she ever talk about her marital status?
No.
Okay. Do you remember giving that deposition?
I remember having a deposition, correct.
I'm going to go ahead and refer to page 4, lines 5, showing you copy that deposition. Go ahead and read to yourself line 24 and 25.
Yeah, that didn't happen at that time.
Had she ever told you that she was divorced?
Yes, sir.
All right. What was her ex-husband's name then?
Michael.
And what did she tell you about the whereabouts of her ex-husband at that time?
She just told me that they were divorced and that he wanted nothing to do with the family, did not know where he was, and he was not around.
And had she expressed to you that he left and wasn't having contact with the children?
Correct.
And how long did you date until you moved into her home?
A few months.
Do you remember about when you actually moved in, what month it would have been?
Probably July, late July.
And who all was living at that home at that time?
Lori, her 2 kids, and Becca.
And Rebecca is?
Rebecca. Yeah.
That would be your brother's girlfriend at the time?
Correct.
Now, and they're now married?
Correct.
How long did Rebecca stay living in that home?
I don't know.
Did she end up moving out around December 31st, 2006?
I have no idea.
And in December 31st, 2015, did you have some sort of commitment ceremony with Lori Shaver?
I'm sorry, you just said December 31st, 2015.
Thank you for correcting me. December 31st, 2016.
Yes, sir.
All right. And when you say commitment ceremony, what is that?
Just a commitment to each other under God.
And had you had any discussions about why you wouldn't just get legally married to that?
Yes, sir.
And why did she tell you that she didn't want to get legally married?
Lori, when we were talking about marriage, in conversation, told me that she did not want to sign.
Sidebar.
Unless you're trying to get away with some shit.
Listen,
You're
every
trying to get away
day,
with some shit. You
thousands
let
of
them fuck
profitable
up.
businesses get rejected by the banks. Someone has to help them get the funding they need,
But
and there's a
your
lot
shit
of
gonna
money
have to get
in
away.
being
You
that
shouldn't keep
someone.
them
Banks
motherfuckers.
have become
That shit get
incredibly
fucked up, too.
restrictive. Even businesses with strong revenue and good credit get turned.
Why did she tell you she did not want to get legally married?
She told me that due to the extreme trauma and abuse of her previous marriage, she did not want to sign a contract with another man that she felt like gives the man to make her property.
All right. Do you remember giving a deposition where I asked you a very similar question?
Yes, sir.
And at that time, you said she didn't want to get married because she had financial issues.
100%.
Okay. Not what you just said.
No.
But financial. Together
with what I just said.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and show you that deposition. Just going to go ahead and ask you to reference that section where you're talking about that.
Take the nigga last name.
That's the same advice of the page line that they're running.
Yes, please recite the page and line number. Thank you.
It is page 8, lines 8 through 11. Hillary, you had an opportunity to read that?
Yes, sir.
And at that time, you did not say anything about the violence. It was about financial issues.
I did not.
Okay. But now when you're testifying, when your wife was facing murder charges, now your testimony has changed.
She was facing murder charges when we had that deposition.
But your testimony has changed.
It has not.
Now, in September of 2016, did you help pour a cement slab in the backyard of the residence where you were now living? And who helped you with that?
Lori.
Did your brother help you with that as well?
No, sir.
In order to do that, did you go and rent a cement mixer from Home Depot?
I did.
All right. I'm showing you, show the fence. It's been previously marked
Boy, you can
AA.
go down.
You recognize this receipt?
Sure.
And is that the receipt for the cement mixer that you rented to help pour this?
Yeah, it looked like one.
All right. Your Honor, this time the statement move states AA into evidence as states number 27.
Any objection?
No objection.
Without objection, states AA will be moved into evidence as states number 27.
And can you go ahead and just read out when that was rented?
When it was rented?
Yes.
The date says 9/12/2016.
At that commitment ceremony that you referenced in December of 2016, what was Lori wearing?
A white dress.
And did someone escort her to where you were?
Yes, I'm trying to remember who that was.
Was it your grandfather?
Yes, sir, it was.
Was there basically some sort of official there doing the proceeding?
Correct.
For anyone looking at this would look like a wedding.
100%.
And had you represented to everyone that you were getting married at that time?
No.
Okay. So no one thought that this was a wedding?
No.
The wedding that you referred to, what year was that?
That would have been December 31st, 2016, sorry.
And had that been you were a guest at that?
Yeah, because we were the next day, we were moving into, Austin and I kind of were moving into our new home.
Had that event been represented to you to in fact be a wedding?
Yes, it was.
And she was in a white dress?
Yeah, when I had come back from signing our lease and everything, she was already in her dress.
There was a wedding cake?
There was a wedding cake, yep, a dress.
Everyone there thought that Travis and Lori were being married at that time?
For sure.
Now, in 2018, law enforcement responds to your home, and eventually skeletal remains are found in your backyard. You remember that?
I do.
And at that time, did you ask Ms. Schaefer how that body got back?
I did not.
So this person that you were in this committed relationship with, that had told you that her husband had just left, just had no contact with the kids, there's a body found in the backyard, and you don't ask her a single question.
That's not exactly what happened. Lori called me on the day that the detective showed up at the house. I was at work. I had just gotten off work, and she called me, sobbing, crying, and I asked her what was wrong. She proceeded to tell me that detectives had shown up at the house, and they were asking about Michael. She then told me that they had left. I told her I will be home shortly. I worked real close to where we were living, and I got home, walked in the house. As soon as I walked in the house, a detective knocked on the door. He proceeded to ask me if I knew anything about Michael. I said, no, I've never met him. I couldn't even tell you what he looked like if you showed me a picture, and which detectives did show me a picture. I was like, okay. They just told me, we'll be in touch. And that was that. I walked back in the house. I told Lori, I said, it looks like something serious is going on. You need to get an attorney.
But specifically, you did not ask her anything about the fact that that body was found in the backyard.
Correct.
After the body was discovered, did you speak with law enforcement?
I had multiple conversations with law enforcement.
Did you ever make the statement, it is not that he's, the statement relaying from Ms. Schaefer, that it is not that he is missing, it is that he is no longer walking the face of this earth? Have you ever made that statement to law enforcement?
Thank you for bringing that up, because there's a point of clarification. I understand.
Please don't argue. Please answer the question.
Yes, sir. I did not make that statement.
Okay. You never made that statement to law?
Not exactly as you're saying it, no.
Did you ever make that statement to Robert Prober?
Not as you're saying it, no.
All right, please state and spell your full legal name.
My name is Robert Proper. Robert, R-O-B-E-R-T, Proper, P-R-O-P-E-R.
Please raise your right hand. I'll swear you in. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that any testimony you give today shall be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. Please proceed.
Did Mr. Kohler make a statement that he said represented corporation?
Yes. Yes.
What was that?
We were discussing Mr. Schaefer's disappearance, and he made the statement basically that it wasn't a matter of he was missing, he was no longer walking the earth.
Nothing further. And who is Robert Prober?
He's somebody that I have done work for.
Is he a friend of yours?
No, sir.
Have you known him for a long time?
I have known of him for a long time.
You have no issues with him, though?
I do not.
You are now officially married to Ms. Schaefer, correct? Right. When did that occur?
2020.
Do you have any children with her?
I do.
How many?
2.
What are their names?
If you're so profitable, why do you sell a course? Well, you know what? Here you go. I don't care. It's all free. I'm giving it away. We have like 6 different courses in here. The same strategies that made me a full-time trader. And we have like 24,000 members inside of this group, and none of these people.
Has your relationship with your brother and your family changed in any way since you started a relationship with Ms. Schaefer?
Not since I started a relationship with her, since this investigation started.
Has there ever been a time where Ms. Schaefer used your phone to text your brother, or she was acting as if she was you?
Not to my knowledge.
Have you ever told anyone that she did that?
No.
Nothing further, Judge.
Mr. Wiggs.
Detectives conducted a thorough investigation into Travis Filmer and ultimately cleared him of any involvement. But the real twist came when Laurie's now 15-year-old daughter took the stand. The defense was counting on her testimony to introduce just enough reasonable doubt about Laurie's direct role in the murder. During direct examination, Laurie's daughter delivered jaw-dropping testimony. She claimed this is how it all unfolded. She walked into the living room to find Michael, whom she hadn't seen in 6 months, in the middle of a violent altercation with Laurie. According to her, Michael had his foot on Laurie's head and was threatening to kill her. Terrified, she grabbed a gun and shot him. She watched as he collapsed onto the couch and began seizing. Then, she said Jeremy Townsend suddenly appeared, grabbed the gun, and shot Michael again before threatening to kill anyone who spoke about it. In a statement, Laurie claimed her priority was getting the kids out of the house. That's why she didn't call 911. Instead, she took her kids to school after the killing, with her younger son completely unaware of what had just occurred. When she returned from what she described as a very brief trip, the entire scene had mysteriously been cleaned, Michael's body was gone, and later buried without anyone noticing. Lieutenant Tamara Dale was then asked whether law enforcement had been informed of these claims during their investigation.
During the time frame that Mr. Wiggs provided you with information relating to names he thought you needed to investigate, did he give you any information regarding Isabel Schaefer?
No, sir.
And at some point after Lori Schaefer's arrest, did you interview Isabel Schaefer?
Yes, I did.
And at that time, how old was she?
It was in 2018, and she had just had a birthday, so I think she had just turned 12 a few days earlier.
And in the course of your training experience, have you had training about how to interview children?
Yes, sir.
And that's an important skill involved with, obviously, child sex investigation. investigations that you participated in those.
I have, yes, sir.
Legit, that saying that killed him ain't his legit, is it?
At the Child Advocacy Center.
Yes, sir.
What is the Child Advocacy Center?
So it's a place where child victims or witnesses can be interviewed in a very friendly, child-friendly setting by people whose only job it is to interview kids and talk to them, get information, useful information, truthful information, but without re-traumatizing them in any way. And the setting is completely, like I said, child-friendly. They sit on couches, they have toys they can play with, there's cartoons in the waiting room. So basically, completely the opposite as than us taking them to the sheriff's office and putting them in one of our waiting rooms.
Let's be clarify, when you interviewed Isabel Schaefer, where did that occur?
That was at their house. And did I say I interviewed her in 2018?
When did you?
I interviewed her in 2020. If I got the year wrong, I'm sorry.
I might have been. But that was not done at the sheriff's office. That was
No, that was at her house, yes, sir.
Now, not getting into any specific things that she said at that time, did she bring up anything related to her involvement or Jeremy Townsend's involvement that required further investigation by the sheriff's office at the time she gave either of those interviews?
No, sir.
Are you aware that there have been discussions through Mr. Wiggs about Isabel Schaefer's involvement in this case since the time that he would have interviewed her in the child advocacy interview?
Yes, I am aware.
At the point that those statements came forward, were charges already pending against Lauren Schaefer?
Yes.
And the any other talking of witnesses would be done through the state attorney's office at that point?
Correct.
And Miss Isabel Schaefer, are you aware, was deposed through the course of this pending case?
Yes, sir, I'm aware of that.
The state's attorney wasted no time dismissing Isabel's testimony, calling it patently false. The prosecutor urged the jury to ask themselves why the defense would present such an outlandish story. The only logical conclusion, the state argued, was that this narrative was crafted to cover up the truth, that the defendant, not anyone else, had coldly murdered Michael Shaver. And with that, the defense called their final witness to the stand, the accused, Laurie Shaver.
Ms. Shaver, please have a seat at the witness stand. Please make yourself comfortable. Let me know when you're ready to proceed. Please state and spell your full legal name.
Laurie Filmer, Lauriefilmer.
Okay. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that any testimony you give today shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right. Thank you. Please proceed.
Thank you. Ms. Filmer, would you state your name for the record, please?
Laurie Filmer, previously known as Laurie Shaver.
Big day in your life, isn't it? Big week. It's been several years, hasn't it, Ms. Filmer? So there did come a point in time when you were later with Jeremy, correct? So that's later in time, correct, to those events?
Yeah, it was a couple months later. Like I said, school had just started. I had went to school without dropping the kids off, whatever. I had marks on my face. Jeremy noticed. He sent me a message. I started talking to him. Obviously, talking to him reassuring me. He was saying all the right things. I kind of felt for it. I'm not denying that. I did. It was nice, right? Because now I'm back into
solid ground.
Yeah. And it wasn't working, and I'm like, I'm right back into it. So, my birthday, Jeremy and I had talked about plans to go out shopping, going to the movies, going to Hurricanes. You know, just hanging out for the day while the kids were in school. Awesome. Mike was still in the house at that time. And
what the fuck she got me killed for?
I told him that I just wanted to go out for the day, go shopping, and I nailed it done, whatever. He absolutely refused. So I threw a fit as I was walking away from him. He had given me my birthday presents. As I was walking away, he threw a.
Let's not talk about specific events, okay? Just say on the factual events, okay? But there was an altercation arising out of that confrontation, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay. And so eventually, I take it, Michael's out of the house that period of time, okay?
So I kicked him out I think it was November 10th. So when we moved, once his body was found, I lost my job. Travis was a youth leader at the time. He started working for a grant company. Finances had gotten really tight. We found a home that we could afford. We got the cameras, and Jeremy was caught on those cameras on a couple occasions going by. If I'd seen him now, I would not recognize him if he was standing in front of me.
Go back a bit. You spoke about, and you have images, clear images, as to the events that would happen on a regular basis. Let's reflect back on that, though. Were these acts events that would cause serious bodily harm to you?
Yes.
Were these events that would involve, likewise, domestic violence, shouting, and threats?
Yes, that and more.
Okay. Do you believe that you would be here today but for the act of Isabel.
Sorry, what?
Sorry, what?
Do you believe that you would be here today, but for the act of Isabel?
Sorry, what?
The event where Michael was shot, Isabel acted, came to your aid. Do you believe you might not be alive but for Isabel and or Jay?
Correct. Yeah.
Wait, if you've taken Uber since 2019, this is the money glitch that's getting women properly compensated. Uber allegedly failed to properly screen drivers, putting you at risk. And now a landmark lawsuit is forcing them to pay victims of harassment and assault. This isn't just talk. Uber has already paid millions in previous settlements. CNN, Fortune, NPR, and major news outlets are covering this because it's following the exact same pattern as Boy Scouts of America and U.S. gymnastics cases, where victims received up to 1.5.
Lori, have you testified from your heart the truth of these events? Have I left anything out that you feel that you need to tell the juries to clarify any issues that you've spoken of at this stage?
I mean, there's a lot I would like to get out.
Okay, direct me to the topic. I know we can't go into the detail of these events, though. Okay, aside from that, is there anything else?
Michael had a lot of anger. I know. Please.
Sustained.
Well, we've spoken about
Yes. Correct.
But we can't get rid of
I know. I know.
objection, Your Honor. This is my question.
All right, sustained.
Just correct her so we don't go down that path.
Yes, sir. All right. Please ask a question if you wish.
So, aside from the issues that we've spoken about, the temperament and the disposition and the atmosphere, and all the matters that we've discussed, is there anything else that you feel that the jury should know?
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for narrative. It's not a question.
Sustained. Please ask a specific.
Is there a topic that we have not discussed?
Oh, no, nothing that I'm going to be able to talk about at this time.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir.
As expected, Attorney Griggs stayed away from asking Laurie Shaver for specifics about what led to Michael's death. By avoiding those details, Griggs aimed to limit any inconsistencies or contradictions the prosecution could leverage during cross. Now, it's up to the state to capitalize on the risk of putting Laurie on the stand, challenging her credibility and actions to drive home their argument that she's guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
All right, state, you may proceed.
Do your motherfucking job.
Ms. Shaver, in the beginning of your testimony, I believe you may have misspoke. Mr. Wiggs asked you when you were married to Mike Shaver, and you said May of 2016. When did you get married to Michael Shaver?
2006.
Okay. That's okay. Now, the biggest question I have for you, because you didn't mention it once in your entire story, is when did your husband get killed?
The exact date I cannot recall. It was beginning of May of 2016. It was not November.
Okay. So sometime, you don't know, but sometime in May of 2016 is when this happened. Okay. Now, after he left in November of 2015.
They're gonna break that bitch down.
Okay.
You got it straight now? Okay. After he left in November of 2015, was this incident which ultimately led to his death the first time that he came back?
Yes, it was.
Okay. So then in August, I'm sorry, you're saying you actually started a relationship with Jeremy Tallison in August of 2015?
Started talking in August, and Michael was still at the residence.
Okay. So after November of 2015, he does not come back to the house.
Correct.
So that check that was sent to him and deposited in his account, he would not have received, correct?
I don't know. He got his mail.
How did he get his mail if he wasn't at the house?
The mailbox was not at my residence. It was at the end of the road.
Okay. So after he left in November of 2015, are you saying that he would just come by every day to pick up his mail?
I don't know what he did.
Now, did you ever tell anyone that after he left in November of 2015 that he was in jail for failing to pay child support?
I did.
That wasn't true, correct?
No, it was not. That was an old manager that I had a relationship with way back when, and he had moved back from Connecticut to Florida and was reaching out to me, and he was curious.
That's Ramin, correct?
Correct.
And that, when you say relationship, that's another affair, correct?
Right.
But you told him that Mike was in jail for failing to pay child support and his license was suspended, correct?
Give him my personal information, and he was asking about that because.
Okay, wait, hold on one second. How is Mike being in jail your personal information?
Accurate personal information because he was questioning. Because prior to that, there was conversations where Michael had threatened once again after finding out to kill me.
All right. So when you told your manager that you had a prior affair with that Mike was in jail, that was a lie. When law enforcement came and asked you about the whereabouts of your husband, you were not truthful with them, correct?
I didn't know where he went. The last
You know what happened to him, correct? All right. You didn't tell him that, correct? The Walmart purchase that was on your husband's bank account, you did that, correct?
I don't recall doing that.
That was sent to your house with your name on it, correct? All right.
I don't recall like the exact parameters around it or what I bought or anything like that.
So this event happens in May of 2016, correct? Yes?
Yes.
Your relationship with Jeremy Townsend ends very tumultuously in May of 2016, correct? Yes?
Yes.
And your relationship with Travis Filmer then begins in May of 2016, correct?
He came over at the end of May. Yes.
And you were actually engaged to him in July of 2016, correct?
Yes.
In April of 2016, Rebecca Urbanowski was living with you, correct?
Right.
And the fire pit itself was built in March of 2016?
I guess so.
That's when you posted it, right? And then how big was your property?
5 acres.
And out of all of that land, you just happened to choose the area where your dead husband's body was found to put that cement slab. That's basically what you're saying here, correct?
No, because I did not know his body was there. It went there because that area was already dug out.
Quite a coincidence, you'd agree, correct?
No, not necessarily. Not if you realize the whole parameters of what came first and how that all transpired. Like I said, that was something that Jeremy and I had originally talked about doing because I'd gotten rid of the animals and we had the fire pit and we were talking about wanting to, I mean, it was his suggestion to put in concrete.
So the March 2016 is when you put that fire pit in, and 2 months later is when your husband is still on your property, correct?
Yes. But the concrete was not poured until September.
Correct, by you and your now husband.
But I had no knowledge that he was under there. If I was trying to cover him up, why would I do that so many months later? And only...
I haven't asked you a question, ma'am.
If you got hit, even as a passenger or in an Uber, you need to try this. I'm an attorney. I've been doing this for years. And I'm standing here because most people walk away.
Because of motherfuckers.
So the incident that led to your husband's death, your husband had not been around for months, correct?
Correct.
And he just happens to show up sometime in May of 2016, correct?
Not just happened. That was pretty typical of him being gone for months and then showing up and us getting back together.
Okay.
That was.
And then during that time frame, this was sometime before you were going to take your kids to school, correct?
Yes, he was out on the porch when I went.
How was he dressed?
Shorts, t-shirt, sneakers.
Okay. And an argument between the two of you starts.
Yes, I went outside. I got the kids settled and I went outside to talk to him.
How old was your daughter at this point?
7.
And is there a reason why you never taught your daughter how to dial 911?
I mean, we just had cell phones. We didn't have a landline. She knew how to dial 911, but like I said, I had my cell phone on me. The security system that we had, she would have not have been able to reach. It was above the keys where the door was.
But when she said, I didn't know how to call 911, I'm asking why you wouldn't have taught her.
I did teach her how to call 911, but she didn't have a phone.
Okay. Now, your testimony is that she shot him, correct?
Yes.
And at that point, that you were able to get out from underneath Mr. Shaver, correct?
I did not crawl away until he was falling to the ground. After she shot him, I was still looking at her, like, still comprehending everything that was happening. I wasn't 2 yet because he had his foot on my face, mushing it into the ground. It took me, I mean, it wasn't that long, but it took me a little bit to kind of comprehend what was occurring. And
Certainly didn't get up after being shot, correct? You certainly didn't get up out of the chair after being shot, correct?
No, not until, no. After the second shot, he fell forward. The first shot, he sat in the chair.
At the time of his death, Mike Shaver was about 5'3".
5'3".
Mhm.
5'8", 5'10".
Now, the
5'2".
the probable cause affidavit around the time of his arrest listed him at 5'3" and 130 pounds. You're saying that's inaccurate?
That was probably me.
Okay, well, you weren't arrested, right?
His probable cause from 2014?
Yes. You're saying that 5'3" and 130 pounds is inaccurate, is what you're saying?
Yes, that's
Okay.
that's definitely probably not what's on his driver's license. He was not 5'3". He was like 5'8" and 150, 160 pounds. I was 5'2" and 115, 20.
When Mike left, he left his vehicle, correct?
You're talking about the black car.
No, I'm talking about he had a vehicle and he left it behind, correct?
His black car had been sitting there for a while. He had a bent rim in the air, in the tire, could not stay inflated. In the shed were of no use to him. They were like old tools and stuff like that. And it wasn't an ATV.
My question was, he left the stuff behind, stuff that he could have
off
sold,
track,
correct?
Correct.
He stopped going to work and lost his job because of it, correct?
I was not aware of that at that time.
So he lost his ability to make any money, correct?
I was not aware of that at that time.
Prior to November of 2015, he would call you using the phone frequently, correct?
Yes, because he was back in the house and we were trying to work things out.
After November of 2015, there is absolutely no calls to you after that November 7th, 2015, correct?
I don't recall.
There's not a single call to you, to the children, anything, correct?
I don't recall.
There's no activity on his bank other than withdrawals from the ATM in Claremont where you lived, correct?
I wouldn't know that.
November 2015, he just vanishes off the face of the earth. No one can account for him, correct?
I don't believe that's true.
But you've definitely not had any contact with him in any ways until he shows up someday, which you do not know, in May of 2016 when this incident occurs, correct?
No, he showed up prior to May. At my property, but he was already causing trouble prior to that, which fits within his history of doing this.
My question to you previously was, after you kicked him out in November of 2015 and prior to him coming up the day that he was killed, I asked you, did he ever have any contact with you? You said no, correct?
Not physically, correct. But calls and stuff like that, yes.
Calls?
Texts, his threats, stuff like that.
You saw the phone records, which show absolutely no
Text,
calls from
Facebook
him
messages,
after November 7th, correct?
Let her answer the question, please. All right,
He was-
allow the witness to finish. Thank you.
He was communicating with Jeremy. I believe he had sent me text. He had sent me a nasty text prior to that, telling me I was just like my mom, something to that effect. He was communicating.
From your IP address.
I don't know that that's my IP address. How can you verify that?
Because it's the same IP address that your account that you says you used posted on as well.
Okay, how do we know that he didn't post on my face or log into my Facebook?
So what vehicle, the day that he showed up in May of 2016, what vehicle did you use to get to your house that day?
I don't know.
What vehicle was in your yard that you didn't recognize that day?
In May?
Yes. So he just walked? He just showed up without a vehicle in your house on the back porch.
I was not paying attention to that.
Nothing further, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Wiggs.
I don't have anything. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Yes, sir. Thank you. You may step down from the witness stand.
My feet are killing me.
But they don't have to.
Try Dr. Scholl's 24-hour energy insoles with boosting beads that take the pressure off for all-day comfort and energy-boosting support.
Not killing me.
Dr. Scholl's, new life for your feet.
All right, you want to make money in real estate? Here's how you take over a house with no money down, no credit check, and no job in less than 60 seconds.
In closing, the state argued Laurie Shaver was the only one with something to gain from Michael's death. They walked the jury through each piece of compelling circumstantial evidence, including the fact that Laurie posted on Facebook about pouring a concrete slab on her property right over the spot where Michael's body was discovered years later. The state drilled down on the defense's story, saying it simply didn't add up. Laurie's young daughter supposedly shoots Michael, then Jeremy Townsend conveniently shows up, takes the gun, shoots him again, and threatens anyone who might talk. The state made it clear that version of events defied all logic. On the contrary, the defense pointed out that the case was built entirely on circumstantial evidence. Attorney Griggs reminded the jury that there were no forensics, no ballistics, and no DNA directly tying Laurie to Michael's death. He maintained that Isabel's testimony offered a plausible alternative explanation and claimed there was more than enough reasonable doubt for an acquittal. After both sides presented their starkly different versions of what happened to Michael Shaver, the case was left in the jury's hands. Their task was to sift through the evidence, evaluate the testimonies, and decide the truth. It would take them just 4 hours to render a verdict.
Thank you. All right, after having reviewed both verdict forms, the court finds that there are no errors or omissions in the filling out of the verdict forms. Madam Clerk, please publish the verdict.
In the Circuit Court of the 5th Judicial Circuit of the State of Florida in and Fort Lake County, the State of Florida versus Laurie Shaver, case number 2020 CF 2361. Verdict as to count 1. We, the jury, find as follows as to count 1 of the charge. The defendant is guilty of second-degree murder. Was the defendant in actual possession of a firearm? Yes. Did the defendant discharge a firearm? Yes. Did the discharge cause great bodily harm? Yes. So say we all, dated this 13th day of September 2024. Mercy Langley, 4 persons. Verdict as to count 2. We, the jury, find as follows as to count 2 of the charge. The defendant is not guilty. So say we all, dated this 13th day of September 2024. Mercy Langley, 4 persons.
Does counsel for either the state or the defendant wish to have the jury polled?
Defense does, Judge. Judge, at this time, obviously, for tenant's motion for supersedious bond, renew our motion for judgment of acquittal, notwithstanding the verdict, all previous grounds stated and asserted.
The motion for supersedious bond is denied, and the motion for judgment of acquittal is respectfully denied. Okay. Is your client, Ms. Shaver, entitled to a PSI? Okay. All right, Ms. Shaver, please stand. Based on the verdict of the jury finding you guilty of the offense of murder in the second degree with a firearm, as charged in the information filed against you in criminal case number 20 CF 2361, this court does hereby adjudicate you guilty of that offense and remand you to the custody of the sheriff pending receipt by the court of a pre-sentence investigation report by the Florida Parole and Probation Commission. You will be remanded now to the Lake County Jail. Let's set a sentencing date, Madam Clerk. What's 60 days out?
Let me get with Margie real fast.
Okay.
So she can.
I don't know. I think she left.
She left.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
What's the?
Okay.
Oh, prints and DNA will be ordered. Is there a November date?
We can do. November. I think it's November 25th.
All right, November 25th. At what time? 9?
At the time. Yes.
9 o'clock. November 25th at 9 a.m. will be sentencing, tentatively, pending the receipt of the PSI.
Oh, she had all them affairs. Yeah, dude. You killed that man. And then got married, had his man put a slab over that bitch.
The Shaver's story started with love, family, and dreams for the future. But it unraveled into a dark tale of betrayal and death. Nearly 10 years later, justice has finally caught up with Laurie Shaver. The jury's verdict was unmistakable.
What would it feel like to wake up on your terms, work from anywhere, and actually enjoy what you do while helping others? My name is Alex Conner. I'm the founder of Business Lending Blueprint. I had the privilege of helping over 4,000 people start their own lending businesses. And my work has been featured in Forbes, Reuters, US.
Oh my God. That is a real tornado. It's getting bigger. It's ground now. It's on ground. It just went over our head. We've got trees everywhere. Oh no, not that tree.
Do y'all have a cellar? Do y'all have a basement or something? Y'all might want to get to that bit.
We've got trees all down in my backyard. Proud of my trampoline though. There's at least 3 of them down, 4 of them down. Holy hell. This is insane. I can't tell if I can see it on the camera or not. I hope everybody's safe. Yeah, that's huge. He's so stupid. I just survived a tornado.
Neighbors say they're good over there?
Yeah, they're good.
You guys lose any trees?
No, just us. All of our trees. All of our trees are down. It went right over our house. My Jeep's good though. My tarp didn't last. Got a lot of trees in our backyard down.
Look, now it's all sunny.
Of course, none of the dead ones.
Oh, that would have been some shit.
Yeah, it was us. Oh, neighbor got one that got pulled all the way to the middle of his front yard. The road's completely blocked.
There it is. There's more further back too.
Wrapping this shit up, man. Wrapping this shit up, man. This is the Lit House. Like, share, subscribe, all that. Till next time, real nigga reaction. Real niggas do what they want to do. Bitch niggas do what they can. Whole ass niggas gonna talk about it and fuck niggas gonna hate. Regardless. I promise you that. So do your shit to the motherfucking fullest, nigga.
I'm a hustler on a mission, grinding for that spot of bread.